Hello and welcome, my beautiful movie peeps, to another 3C Friday live stream. I'm being held hostage. I have a guest here to my right, to my left, whatever it is for you watching on the screen. Little Luma boy. I tried summoning Rosalina with a Reddit ritual I found, and he appeared, and I've been in danger ever since. What's that? Murder my entire family? Oh, you said order you a McRib. Yeah, that does sound alike, all right. Yo, what is going on, my beautiful peeps? Let it grow. Yeah, this is what I gotta deal with, my man. That's what I gotta deal with right here. I'm gonna let someone in the chat name him, because he's gonna be a recurring guest star for this 3C Live. And we's got to give him a name. All right, let's see. Let it let it grow big. Hey man, I can't do it under pressure. I can't do it. Why is the first two suggestions Bob? Back to bat Bob. Bronowski, Pablo. I'm gonna call him Gooner. Hey, chill. Not on the stream, bud. I still want to get monetized. Balls. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't ask you guys what to name my first son. I can't imagine what those names would have been like. You know what? I just saw one I liked. Gregorio. Gregorio, you and me, we're going to have an insane 2 to 3 hours. Told my prom date the same thing. Turned out to be minutes, buddy. But it's still going to be fun. Still going to be fun. We've got a lot of great movie news to... Yeah, my head is this big. I can't move it. Sorry. We got a lot of great, wonderful movie news to discuss here today, guys. We got all the topics and descriptions, timestamps if you're watching forward. All right, let's go through what we're going to talk about here today. All right, one of the first things we're going to get into is we got a sequel to a horror movie that horror fans should know, and if you don't, I'm putting you on. It's finally getting a second movie, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. I'm glad. Michael reactions have just hit the Yes, that Michael. Yes, the one who moonwalks. Come on, Gregorio. Even Luma should know who Michael Jackson is. Toy Story 5. I looks like is Lotso actually coming back? What the heck? This Superman experience that some DC fans are losing their mind over. Is it a big deal? Is it a hint to something else? We got our first look at Darkseid in the DCU. Does it even mean anything? People, I don't even know why they're going crazy. This is a given. One scooper said Batman's getting a new suit in the second movie. Duh. And now everyone's like, oh, what a scoop. We knew it was going to happen. Since everyone's talking about it, we're going to speculate on, or more give our wish list for what we want for the new Batsuit. We got rumored casting for the X-Men, along with a report saying that Deadpool 4 could happen before the X-Men. What the heck? And then we're going to round things off with talking about some CinemaCon predictions. I love this. No Savage Hulk? Oh, that I don't know how that got there, Gregorio. That's not me, man. I'm already bored of Gregorio. I'm going to punch him off in the next 5 minutes. That's how tired I am. But this Savage Hulk thing, people are going crazy over this Spider-Man merch going around right now. Our first look at Savage Hulk. And it's just a photo of Angry Hulk that has been green/washed out. Hey, I'm a Spider-Man milker more than anybody, okay? You put Spider-Man in front of me, I'll squeeze a 3-hour video out of a 10-second teaser trailer. That's what I will do. This is just some old Hulk promotional photo they tinted up, okay? This is not our real first look at Gray Savage Hulk. The shirt is just that color. Oh my god, the chat already going crazy. Really? Oh my god. It's just a photo of the Hulk angry. Now, because you know what? I'm still skeptical Gray Hulk is even a thing. If anything, they'll just make him pale green like in Avengers Age of Ultron. The way that Hulk looked there. Where he was still very much green, but in a way he was a pale color when he was going around crazy, all that. I don't know. I think Gray Hulk would be the tip of the iceberg. It's like, how do you explain that? What goes on with that? I mean, we got Man Spider, we got the Hand, we got Jean Grey. Now we got to explain why the Hulk ran out of toner. That happens when he's angry. He goes green. He's gray now. I think the Hulk is horny. I'm definitely being a hater. It's cool to get our first look of the Hulk, but I really don't make much of it. I think it's just, see, it's like it's an old promotional photo that we've already seen, just slapped on a t-shirt and tinted a color. I don't know. I'm not going crazy over it, but hey, if y'all want to, I'll be right there and fake it with you. Oh, oh, la, 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 la.
Oh boy, yeah.
There we go. We did it. Someone said fake news. Grayscale Hulk. They gray washed him. Okay. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It was still cool. It's still cool to get the other t-shirts and stuff looked awesome. Let me see if I can find Spider News account's always pretty good for it. Like, yeah, I'll probably pick that up. That looks awesome. And him fighting Boomerang. Oh, we got a little like, is that supposed to be? Whoa, is that our? Yo, is that our first look of Scorpion's mask? Okay, now this is interesting. I don't know who this is right now in the cover, because that ain't what Boomerang's mask looks like. That ain't Tombstone. Okay, we see now this over here. This is what you should have been tagging me. Oh, that's Tarantula. All right, screw that spider arachnid. All right, we got the Hulk up there. Nice poses. I do like the way the suit's looking. What do we have? Anything else? Tom, you know what? This was interesting. Tom Holland did say this about Spider-Man Brand New Day. And I was like, oh, this
State building. And I want to let you know that I want you to come and join me at the Spider-Man Brand New Day premiere. If you want to be there, click the link in my bio to see how you can enter into our sweepstakes. We will fly you from anywhere around the world. We will put you up in a swanky hotel and give you some spending money in LA. It'll be super exciting. I have to say, I am so proud of the movie. I sound biased, but I think it's my favorite one. Bernthal is amazing. Zendaya is amazing. Jacob Batalon is amazing. Everyone in the movie is absolutely fantastic. So I'm
Tom Holland himself called Spider-Man Brand New Day his favorite. Now, again, it's the star of his movie. It's his job to promote things, get us hyped up and riled up. But, bro, I mean, to call it your favorite one when your last Spider-Man movie featured Andrew and Toby, I think that's saying something, right? I mean, I feel like that would be my favorite one, hanging out with the Spider Bros. It's got to be something. Someone said he lying. Why would he be capping? I don't know. Again, meh. Ugh. And I thought I was cynical over here with it's not Gray Hulk. It's because of Frank Castle. It's definitely because of Frank Castle. I hope there's plenty of Punisher in there doing punishing stuff. I hope he spanks Spider-Man at one point. I've got a Punisher. You like that, Bug Boy? You don't fit my code to be murdered, but you do deserve this. Let me tell you something, Bug Boy. Bro, spamming hearts in the chat. I love you, dude, but I'm thinking I'm banning you here any second, dude, with all this. I hate hearts. All of them. Put user in timeout. There we go. I did it, buddy. Sorry, you pissed me off. Punisher punishes all over you. Okay. I'm calling the police, Chris. What did I just walk in on? Okay, the stream technically hasn't even started. This is just a tangent I've been going on. But hey, Spider-Man shirts looking awesome, looking rad. It was cool. Like I said, it's cool to get that photo of the Hulk. It's just promotional art. Oh, now that's a good shirt. I'm putting that on my chest. Yeah, that's good. Nothing else. Some noir stuff. Nothing else, man. We just gotta wait and see. We gotta wait and see. Gray Hulk tease. Hey, we just went through this. Do not restart this. All right, we not doing this here. Okay, let's move on. Let's start off with our first topic here today, guys. Okay, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Okay, if you have not seen Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, the 2006 horror movie, I definitely recommend it to you. It is great. Don't just watch the kill count, watch the movie and then watch the kill count for the insight into the making of the movie. But if you have not watched this movie, the best way I can describe it to you is if like The Office and Scream came together. Close your eyes, Gregorio. Close them real good. They're almost done, Gregorio, I promise. And then out came out the baby that is Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. It's a really ahead of its time great movie that's had a huge following, a big love in the horror space for good reason. Like I said, it was a fun way to commentate on slashers and do something new. That really hasn't been done. Basically, the premise of this movie is this lady who's interviewing Leslie Vernon, who wants to be the next big slasher. He's obsessed with killers and all that, and he's like, I'm gonna be the next Freddy Krueger. I'm gonna be the next Jason Voorhees. And for a big chunk of the movie, it's like shot like The Office, that mockumentary style. And then the other half of the movie, it turns into the horror movie, and it's just awesome. It's really great. Highly recommended to you. Well, for years, they've talked about they want to do a sequel. They want to do a follow up because, again, like Scream, these movies they want to commentate and not necessarily make fun of, but in a way make fun of the tropes that have been going on. I think at one point one of the sequels was going to tackle like found footage movies and all that. Either way, it's finally happening here. So we have it. Here it says, Behind the Mask director Scott Glosserman and writer David J. Stevie have confirmed Behind the Mask 2, The Return of Leslie Vernon, at a special 20th anniversary screening at Alamo Drafthouse. Let's see. Not only is Glosserman and Stevie returning for the sequel, but also Nathan Basil, Angela Geithos, and my boy Robert Englund, aka Freddy Krueger, returning. Robert Englund in this movie has a great role. He's essentially the Loomis for Leslie Vernon, and it's a whole thing. And they specifically said for this sequel, they were going to give Robert Englund a bigger role. Always love to see Robert Englund pop up in something else. Let's see here. He talks about for 20 years, it's the fans that have kept it alive. I want to go into seeing what they want to do. There is a GoFundMe right now. It's not dependent on the GoFundMe or Kickstarter. The Kickstarter is just so that they can do extra bigger things with the movie. They said they're still going to make the movie, even if the Kickstarter doesn't meet their goals. It's just so that they can do extra. Because here they say, we're making the movie either way, but the more the audiences get involved, the bigger we can make it. Bigger set pieces, more cameos, which again is a kind of a part of the movie. It is, since it is commentating on horror, there's a lot of cameos from famous horror icons, and it's been 20 years since the last movie. There's a lot newer famous ones. Again, it's not necessarily like a scary movie where it's a parody in a way where it's like directly making fun of. It's parodying, but also doing it at the same time. It's kind of hard to explain. You got to watch it to understand it more. More surprises. It's always been fan driven. So really, with this announcement, I kind of want to talk about a little bit what could they do, and it's even the thing I've been bringing up with Scream because I got a lot of pushback whenever I did my Scream 8 predictions because I talked about, look, Scream 7 was just not it. And as much as I like Scream 6, one of my biggest gripes with Scream 6 is they didn't have strong commentary in that movie either. And I was like, maybe they need to just let Scream rest for another 10 years and then make a movie. And people were like, Chris, you're crazy. Another 10 years? No, you're dumb. How could you let that? But you look at something like Scream 4 that also had a 10-year gap between Scream 3 and Scream 4, and they got to use that time because the Hollywood industry changed with horror, and at that time the biggest thing was remakes. Remake all your favorite horror movies, and so Scream 4 got to commentate on horror remakes, and it was awesome because of it. Then there was another 10-year gap, and we got Scream 5. And what happened in those 10 years? We got requels, where it wasn't remakes, it was legacy sequels. It was bringing back your favorite horror movies, but not erasing what's been done, bringing in the old faces, new faces as well, and trying to just repeat things. And I'm like, and Scream 5 had great commentary. And I was like, maybe that's what 8 needs. And it's like, okay, people don't want that, and they think it can happen. Well, with Rise of Leslie Vernon, it's been 20 years. There's so much they can do in terms of commentating. I wouldn't want them to retread a lot of what's been happening because, again, Scream 5 already did the requel. Scream 6 is even going to do requels by bringing in old cast and new people and telling a similar same story to the first movie. That's not the route I think they should go on. I still want them to keep the documentary style because I think that's where they can commentate a lot. I'm trying to think of what it would be. My mind goes to like Terrifier kind of situations, but even then, I wouldn't even know. I think we need Chris and Scream 8. Oh, they would never put me in it. I would still be in a Scream movie because I love that franchise, but there'd be no room for me to be in it. But took care of the spammer chat. Appreciate you, my mod. Appreciate you. Uh I think the only thing that they could do in a meta way that would be an interesting commentary that I don't think really has been done before is okay, the first movie is all about him being wanting to be this famous serial killer, right? In the same way, like in a movie about like Rudy, right? That athlete that wants is a nobody, he wants to be the best athlete, or a musician who's a nobody and becomes the best musician. Let's say in those 20 years, he had all his adventures. He got to have his Friday 13th part 1 all the way to part 10 to Jason X, and he just did ridiculous things, and there was all these sequels that we didn't get to see made. But now he's at the point that what happens to every horror franchise, Saw, Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street, Chucky, any horror franchise, once you get to like 10 movies, 11 movies, you've run out of steam. You've grown tired. I think that's your angle. I think that's the commentary route you go in. What happens when a once famous horror icon burns out? Everyone looks at him as non-threatening. He's like, didn't you already go to space and fight? I don't know, have a versus movie already, and did they reboot you already? I think that's the good idea to go with. Is in the sense we've seen him, Leslie's been famous, went through all this, but now he's in a downfall. How do you resurrect a dying franchise? That's right. That's my money right there. I think that's what they should do. I think that'd be kind of cool. But uh that will be good if done right. Yeah, I think so. But you guys let me know, what would you want to see the commentary be on? Any people that you think should cameo? Again, I really don't want this to become like Scary Movie. It could easily do that, and it feels like Scary Movie also has a lot of big cameos coming up. They like teased that already. Um I mean, I just don't know, like Robert England, of course, but like what, a Brad Dourif in there? Who else is newer in here that could work? On you have a Jamie Lee Curtis, I think could be one because Halloween felt like a big influence in what they were doing in this, since Robert England plays like a Loomis type. But you guys let me know what you would like it to be. I'm just excited for this, and hopefully it goes through because this isn't the first time we've heard about this movie happening and then things just didn't work out. But I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited for it. All right. Matthew Lillard, Bruce Campbell, not some bad names. I like that. David Howard Thornton, of course. Yeah, definitely. Melissa Barrera would be awesome. I'm still hoping she's somehow in Scary Movie. That'd be hilarious if she popped up in there. Okay. Let's move on now to talk about Michael. Oh, Shimon. Ah. Oh, come see my movie. It's gonna be good. Is that a good Michael? That was not a good Michael. It's hard to do Michael, man. That majestic voice. Okay, as you guys know, the Michael movie is almost here. Another video I got pushed back on because last 3C live stream, I was honest and said, I think the Michael marketing has been disappointing. I know this is the biggest pop star in the world and you don't really need to market the movie, but I really thought they could have gone a lot harder with this marketing. They could have done more. And people are like, Chris, they released a clip and 3 trailers online. You and every other movie, buddy. No, the marketing for the biggest music artist ever has been the same as, I don't know, the latest Jason Statham movie. Yeah, I said it, okay? Either way, put the marketing aside. We know the movie's going to be big. It's going to make numbers, right? But is it going to be good? We know there's been a lot of behind-the-scene issues where they were going to just make this in one movie, and they were really going to tackle on the allegations and controversy Michael faced. But then the lawyers messed up, and they saw, oh, we're actually not allowed to talk about the accusers slash victims. So we got to erase all that in the movie, and now we got to end it in the 90s before we get to the other half of Michael's life. And then there's like, so we might get a sequel, right? Okay. All that said, did it come out good? So let's look at some of the first reactions because the movie has already had its world premiere. Okay. So starting off here. Michael movie is one of the best music biopics I've ever seen. Jafar Jackson is dazzling and mesmerizing and truly embodies Michael Jackson. Coleman Domingo is spectacular and shows why he's one of the greatest. Incredible music sequences and performances make this a must watch. Oh, that's pretty high praise right now. A Michael movie is why we go to the movies. Thriller, Beat It, etc., recreated to perfection. Genuinely couldn't resist a head bump and finger tap at any moment. Makes you smile where it wants to, wince where it needs to. Coleman is your earliest supporting actor candidate. Uh, some pacing woes, but strong stuff all around. Can't wait to see this one with the crowd. Okay, so our first negative, pacing. We got one here from Soups. He liked it. He liked it. I do want to find some nuanced ones that have a little bit more negative to say, but he really dug it. And Soups is a big Michael Jackson fan. Let's read this one. Jafar Jackson delivers a truly remarkable performance in Michael, embodying the spirit, the ambition, and physicality of Michael Jackson in ways that's dazzling to watch. The kid is so good, and longtime fans will adore this film. Director Anton Fuqua delivers a fun, entertaining, and soulful film that tells part of Michael's story, hitting several iconic beats. I particularly love the moments around Beat It and Thriller and Michael's early music video era. Fuqua also crafts a story about chaos between an overbearing father and a wildly talented son whose loss of a real childhood haunts him in adulthood. It's a film about the rise of a legendary music star, but also the price one pays when success, stardom, and family collide in a complicated, often heartbreaking way. That's something else I was reading in the reactions that I'm so glad they got right. Okay, there is like, because of the allegations, which you're free to believe what you want in Michael's life. I definitely think it's a situation where if you Google Michael was a pedophile, the internet will provide you everything you need to be like, okay, he was. And if you Google Michael was innocent, you'll find tons of things that'll tell you, okay, he wasn't. Hey, trust me. But when looking at Michael as an artist in his life and the biopic, what I really wanted to get from the stuff that I remember seeing of him before even the allegations was the stuff with his dad, how abusive he was, how they really do say Michael was always a kid at heart, and that's why he liked being around other kids and had the theme park. And it seemed like a weird relationship, but it was him trying to find his childhood when he was an adult. That's the aspect I really wanted them to get right. There was I forget what was the documentary. I think it was like a European journalist followed Michael for like a week, and that documentary just opened my eyes to like, this dude really is like a kid. Like, you can see it and feel it, and you also feel the social awkwardness of someone who has been famous for as long as they can remember, and how that must be. Like, there's that stuff like that that fascinates, and I'm glad that the movie actually manages to tackle that in a way to bring that to light. Jafar Jackson's flawless performance in Michael movie is alchemic. So I can't read. He's 100% convincing as Michael Jackson. The attention to detail and the recreations of iconic moments like Thriller are next level. People keep talking about the recreation of the music video stuff. That's great. John Logan's script offers drama and playful levity that keeps Michael grounded. Awesome. Let me see if I can find just one more. Okay, here. I feel like this person was a little they were skeptical leading up to the movie. I remember a scene. So they said if there's anything to give Jafar Jackson and Anton Fuqua credit for, it's that they weren't interested in doing an easy recreation of MJ's life. The two genuinely capture how MJ was deeply lonely individual who was scarred by fame, showing his flaws alongside the good. And again, this is someone who I saw was being skeptical up to the release of the movie, and they liked the compelling aspect. So okay, I'm glad that the movie seems to capture a lot of what I kind of wanted to see from Michael's life. It's also kind of a movie I feel that cheats in a way, because like it's almost a Bohemian Rhapsody effect, where I liked Bohemian Rhapsody, but sometimes I wonder, did I like it just because they played a lot of music that I like, because I like Queen a lot. And so is it gonna be the same thing with me? It's like it's an okay movie, but listening to that MJ music and seeing recreations of some of my favorite music videos from him, I'm gonna be like, hey, this movie's awesome. Wonder if that helps it cheat a little bit. But this sounds cool. I'm excited for it. Hopefully, it's good. We still got that hat popcorn bucket, but I still contend marketing was a letdown. Curious how they pull off that second movie, dude. If they actually go through with it, they're gonna have to whiteface this guy. How do they handle his death, the later life, some of those other things? I want that two-parter. Someone said marketing was peak. Explain to me how the marketing was peak outside. But I've gone out. I haven't even seen one billboard. And again, spamming YouTube ads is not enough, dude. I just thought they could have done a little something more clever. But from what I understand, though, and maybe this is true, some of my international viewers have been like, I don't know about you, Chris, but here in the UK or here in Germany or France, marketing is everywhere and it's crazy. And that also mirrors Michael's later life. After the allegations and people in the US kind of wanted to, I don't know if I like this guy anymore. Michael was still huge all around the world, and that's kind of what he did, is would tour in other countries. So maybe the marketing was more safe for the international numbers, and international numbers do bring in a lot. But you guys let me know what you think about these early reactions. Again, the only flaws I'm hearing is the ending feels abrupt, and that makes sense because the actual ending and way they were setting this movie up had to be cut, and it's only also half of Michael's life and some pacing issues, but that at least we know Jafar's great and the musical recreations are good. You guys let me know. All right. Moving on now to some Toy Story 5. Okay, Toy Story 5 is quickly approaching, and there is something that a lot of film fans are noticing that we don't know if it's just coincidental, if it's just on accident, or if it's actually coming back. But Lotso the bear is somehow a part of a lot of the marketing or toys involved with Toy Story 5. See, here we have some toys. It says Toy Story 5 on it with Lotso. He's got his big old head there and there. Let me see. I think there was an account that had a lot of let's see, stuff. And okay, I don't know if Lotso's actually coming back. Now, people pointed out none of the Toy Story 4 marketing had Lotso merchandise, but a lot of the Toy Story 5 marketing does. Toy Story 5 cups that have Lotso on them. There's been more toys revealed, and they all have like the. Let me see here. This account's pretty good. You guys should follow it. They always are leaking interesting stuff that I don't know how he finds, but good stuff. Oh, it's already been removed. I hope not. Okay, let me go in some more Lotso things. And okay, for one, if Lotso is in it, it's got to be some sort of cameo or small role. I don't think he's returning as like the big villain of this movie. I don't see that actually happening. Here we go. So here we go. Lots of Lotso toys that have Toy Story 5 on them, walkie-talkies, a big old Lotso toy, little ones, and all Toy Story 5 logos on them. I just bought the Toy Story bundle on Fortnite. Oh, dude, is it already out? I want that Buzz Lightyear on Fortnite. He looks awesome. Okay. I think no. I think I've seen some people, again, my international people, talking about Lotso is just apparently a huge seller in like China, Japan. Have you guys know this too for Ted? Ted is like huge in Japan. I don't know if you knew this. For some reason, Ted the bear, Seth MacFarlane, this bro is huge in Japan. They got like a Ted store and Ted toys and all this kind of stuff. Something Asian people like cuddly bears. Ted, because it is huge in Japan. I remember seeing all that stuff, but also same with Lotso. Lotso is also pretty huge internationally, so it could just be for marketing. And when it comes to these kind of Disney movies, dude, the toys make sometimes more money than the movies. I remember them saying something like the Cars toys make way more in the merchandising than the actual movie. So it could just be the demand for Lotso is there. People will buy Lotso toys, so they just go, hey, slap that pink bear on everything and ship it, dude. So that's what I think of it. Now, there was another theory I saw that I'm like, I could be okay with this. We could have a Lotso bear, but it's not Lotso. It's not the one that we saw from Toy Story 3, but instead is just another toy from that toy line. And maybe he's in the same daycare as Bonnie, and everybody's like, "Oh, Lotso's back." I'm like, "No, my name's actually Fred. Who's Lotso? I'm not evil." Do you guys realize how this place is a metaphor for the Holocaust? Crazy. I don't know. So that could be a theory. That could be what goes on. Um, but yeah, I just thought it was interesting that Lotso is popping up, and people made a great point. They didn't do that for Toy Story 4, but for Toy Story 5, lots of Lotso merchandise. It'd be cool if there was a small cameo. I mean, even what was the kid next door that was like torturing his toys? He made a cameo in Toy Story 3, not a huge one, but if you guys remember, he just had his skull shirt and he was a trash man. Somehow Lotso returned. Exactly, Rhino Dino. Exactly. Somehow. Sid. There we go. I knew his name was Sid, but I was like, I don't think it's Sid. Thank you. All right. You guys let me know. Do you think Lotso's actually back? Is it just to sell toys? And if he is actually back, how do you think they incorporate him? Big role, small role, cameo? You let me know. Crazy if he's like the Thanos in post-credit scene of Toy Story 5. He just shows up at the end and just smashes through lily pad and goes, "Fine, I'll do it myself." And then Lotso just reveals himself to the world. "You have cancer, Andy. Everyone has cancer." Hey, it could happen. There's a non-zero chance it could happen. Okay, let's start talking about some DC because we got weird things going on. Okay, so Warner Brothers came out and announced this Superman experience. Did I spell experience right? Probably not. Uh, but okay, here we go. There's a trailer for it. Hopefully it does not get copyrighted because man, sometimes Warner Brothers be some booties. Okay, let's play it.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Huh. Okay.
Defenders of Earth. Superman needs our help.
Ready for your first real mission?
Oh, that's
I'm
CG.
Gary, and I'll oversee your training. Let's try punching some moving targets.
Keep your arms forward and aim together.
Yes, Superman.
Massive object detected in outer space. It's Darkseid's command ship.
He's
Oh.
after the Chaos Shard. Let's fly after him. We can't let that ship reach Metropolis.
This looks fun.
A photo? Wonderful.
I'll take to the skies. You protect the people of Metropolis. Earth needs you. Everything you've learned led to this moment. We're going in. Let's finish this.
Now that's super.
Okay, cool. So what you saw here is called the Superman Experience. It is, I think, exclusively in LA or on the Warner Brothers lot, and it's something you can buy tickets for and go in. And it's just a little interactive thing. It's cool that they got looks like the number 4 bot there for you to actually interact with and talk to. That's actually kind of cool. But it's no more than like a little VR session with glasses. Honestly, places like this already exist. I did an ad for one once where it was like a Batman experience, and it's like it's a room with like you remember Xbox Connect or something. It's just something like that. But people were going crazy for a couple of reasons. Okay, obviously you have the DC haters that are in denial that anytime something within the DCU pops up and is not gonna somehow lead to Zack Snyder, they're like, "Oh no, no, no." So the first thing they were going crazy about was our first look at DCU Darkseid. Let's get one thing out of the way. This is not our first look at DCU Darkseid. This is merely an attraction ride, same as a theme park, just to meant to sell a couple tickets, get a little hype going, maybe start up the train ride for Man of Tomorrow. Not that anything in here is actually related to Man of Tomorrow. This is not what Darkseid will look like if he does even pop up in the DCU. They will do their own design. They will get crazy. No way James Gunn is like, yes. Then again, dude, then again, just a little benefit of the doubt, our first look into the DCU and Superman uh was Creature Commandos. And our first look at Superman in that was him with a stake through the heart. So you know what? Maybe there is some precedent that James Gunn doesn't always reveal things in the best way. Because that was our first official in-canon DCU thing of Superman. But I still would like to believe this is nothing. This is little fun. This is a little gag. And even if this was, is it that bad? Is it real? Is this not a comic accurate looking Dark Side? Sure, the dude's got a head shaped like a Funko Pop and the proportions are off, like Dark Side's on Ozempic, maybe some alien strain version. They'll fix it, okay? Um, to me, if anything, it just showcased Warner Brothers is fully on board with the DCU train, that they've accepted Superman as the hit. I know there's still a lot of debate and anger about, no, it wasn't $1 billion movie, so it was actually a flop. They've come out and said the movie made a profit, whether big or small. It made a profit, and they're moving forward. And I mean, something like this is a sign of it. They could have gone with a better model for sure. And that barely looks like David Corn Sweat, but it's a sign that Warner Brothers is right now proud of Superman, and they're moving forward with him in their DCU. I still think this looks kind of fun. Not something I'd fly out to LA to go try. Maybe if it's comes to Dallas, I'll do it. But it's pretty cool. I wish Metropolis kind of looked like this. I wish this Metropolis actually looks a lot more busy and full than what we saw in James Gunn's. Although a lot of the same structures. I don't think that's what the Daily Planet looked like. That looks like a completely different Daily Planet. But we got LexCorp over there, and that was pretty similar to what it looked like. These weird alien xenomorph things. So I think it was a lot of fuss over nothing, and it's just a small experience. To me, it just showcases Warner Brothers is still on board the James Gunn train. This is their view on what they should do. Now I am though still skeptical and wondering what happens post Man of Tomorrow. I really don't know. I know like people like John Campea heavily believe he's gonna leave Paramount. I mean, gonna leave Warner Brothers if Paramount gets it and all that for the political side. I'm like, I know James Gunn doesn't align with the political views of Paramount, but I feel like since he became corporate and that, I feel like James Gunn just knows how to stay in his lane and is like, yeah, I don't believe in them, but at the end of the day, I get to manage my stuff and do what I can. I feel there's a good chance he stays, even if Paramount takes over. To me, the only thing I really see him leaving is if Man of Tomorrow flops. Like if Man of Tomorrow flops, it's game over. But I actually don't think it will. I think Man of Tomorrow will be set up really well and will have a healthy box office. Because Supergirl is looking like it'll do good. At least I think so. I know there's people on the internet that want to tell you otherwise. I think it'll do fine. So I'm still thinking James Gunn's universe isn't in danger or anything. If anything, this shows getting Warner Bros. On board. But it was just funny seeing the people pick at it and get mad. This is stuff, man. This is stuff I'd like to see. I can't wait to see if there's the Batman Part 2 experience and you get to become the Bat. You lied to me, Alfred. Oh, dude, I will fly to LA for that experience and I'll move around the Batcave and be like, where's the Catwoman level? Shield your eyes, Gregorio. You're not gonna see this. Yeah. Virtual Supergirl in it? Hey. Maybe. So yeah, you guys let me know what you thought about this experience or what it showcases for you. If you actually think this at all is a hint to the actual dark side that we're going to get. It's just funny the way fans will find anything to like get really mad and complain about. All right, let's move on to some more stuff. Oh, speaking on DC, another thing that people were going crazy over that I'm like, okay. There is a scooper that I believe is actually pretty accurate. I follow them and I've seen them post stuff and I've seen them get enough stuff right where, oh, hang on. The Coyote versus Acme marketing has been really poor. Okay, yeah, I agree with him. I need that Coyote and Acme marketing. But still, they tweeted something that made everyone go crazy that I'm like, is this not like obvious? Where they were like, Robert Pattinson's Batman will have a new suit in Batman Part 2. Yeah. That's how a Batman new movie works, dude. But okay, because they're a scooper, because they said it, it was just the talk of the town. People were tagging me and being like, "What do you think it is? What is it gonna be?" So I thought, fine, since people are talking about it, let's make our wish list. Let's actually decide here for ourselves what is Robert Pattinson's new Batman suit gonna be? Because it is interesting to think about. The Batman uh is going to get a new suit, right? And it's like, dude, it's crazy because at one point I looked at this suit and I said, "Oh," and now I look at it and I just think, it's beautiful. Um, I part of me was like, if you wanted to keep that suit, I would be okay with it, Matt Reeves. In fact, I hope the opening of the movie is him still in this suit. It gets heavily damaged in some sort of tussle altercation, and then he's like, I gotta upgrade this outfit. Okay. Let's talk about a few do's and don'ts. I want to actually go into the one of the previous incarnations, skipping Ben Affleck's for right now, because he had a pretty, it's ignoring the Flash, he had a pretty consistent suit. But let's look at like what Christian Bale's evolution was as Batman in his bat suit, okay? Because that was an evolution I wasn't a giant fan of. So if we go to his Batman Begins suit, I actually mess with it. I know the neck isn't great, and right now it's doing the thing my neck does when I'm on my phone and gooning, just oh. And so that was definitely the weak part of the suit, and it was a carryover from like the Michael Keaton era. I still contend this suit goes hard. I still contend this suit was actually cool, great, and I'm gonna say the controversy right now. Get mad at me. Downgrade. Hey, I said it. I know some people are into the Dark Knight suit, and the Dark Knight is a great movie. I will give you that. Dark Knight is great. I'm not dissing the quality of the movie. I'm dissing the quality of the suit. I was not a big fan of the Batman of the Dark Knight suit. Oh, let me see. I agree. Good. We got some in here. It's too thin. I agree, especially on the neck area. I was not a fan of the way it made his face look. I think if you just changed the cowl, it probably would have been better for me. But just the over design and craziness, all in like the mid area, even just the crotch, was just not a fan. And so that's one of my things. I actually would like a reverse uh Christian Bale Batman suit thing to go on, where he started out with kind of a semi simple suit that was bulked up, nice, intimidating. I liked it. Swear to me. And then he went over design, lines, cuts everywhere, skinny, loose. I'm thinking right now that's kind of what this bat suit is. It is the lines work way better and it's better design, but it is a lot of lines, a lot of detail, a lot of texture, right? A lot of noise going on. I would actually like a slightly simpler upgrade of this suit, right? So that's what I mean by going the reverse route with Christian Bale. So this is right now Robert Pattinson's, and I want him to go to something more like this, right? Okay. I still think, unfortunately, it will stay black and gray. Seeing the world that Matt Reeves has created and built, I know there was a time we were like, the blue and gray. I think we're saving that for Batman Brave and the Bold. I think if we're ever going to get the blue and gray Batman suit, it'll be in Batman Brave and the Bold because that'll be a more fantastical, more comic book out there Batman. So the suit scheme is still going to stay black and gray. It's just what fits the Matt Reeves world, and that's fine. Okay, the other thing people will also fight about, the white eyes. I remember when we saw this photo and we are like, oh my God, Batman's going to get the white eyes and there's CGI dots. They're going to even have them emote and all that. I was a big white eyes defender too. I thought, like that'd be the cool route. We still haven't seen if Spider-Man can do that and Deadpool can, oh, the white suit. No, sorry. White eyes. If they could do all that, sure. I don't think so. Though if you watch the Batman, Robert Pattinson is in that suit for like 80-90% of the movie, which is awesome. And he does a lot of acting through the eyes. And I know it looked cool. I'm not dissing it, but I think Wolverine in Deadpool and Wolverine was a good example of maybe why not do the white eyes for the majority of the movie. Uh because there are scenes where you just like there's not a thought behind those eyes in Wolverine in some of those scenes. You look at him in the white eyes, and while they emote and all that, they just, like that one scene where he comes out of the bus and he just like a NPC character just. I'm like that. It's that right there. There's only so much emoting. It was bad. It was like, let's see, Deadpool 3. Let's see, why do I keep seeing suit? Um, it's just there's just a lifelessness that goes on in there, and it's not perfectly emotive. For Deadpool, somehow it works. I don't know if it's because of it's just how we're used to with him, or because he's a joke character, it's supposed to look funny, right? But you give it to a serious character that's supposed to be brooding and dark, and it comes off sometimes a little goofier. I don't mind if they have it like, almost like the Dark Knight did, just don't make it blue. Where, in the Dark Knight they had like one scene where like his eyes were LED. Like, this does look kind of rad, but I do actually like this. It looks like because he does have contact lenses in the movie, right? And there's a transparency to it. That could work. Maybe that's the happy ground here, where he does have the wide eyes through the contact lens that we know he wears. We saw him go like, oh, I need my solution, Alfred. Dry eyes is the number 2 killer in Gotham City, Alfred. Bring me my solution. Um, this could be a happy medium. You still get kind of Robert Pattinson's eyes. You get kind of a glossy look. Someone said nose is too big. That's the other thing we'll talk about. Moving off the white eyes. How much do they change the cowl? I know the cowl was kind of a topic of contention. People didn't like the flat nose that we just saw right here. People were like, that nose was too big, all that. I get what Matt Reeves was going for, because Matt Reeves was a big fan of the 60s Adam West Batman. Adam West Batman mask 20. Was it 2022? What was it? What was the mask? When did the Batman come out? That's was the inspiration behind it, and that's why the nose looks like that, because it's from the Adam West mask. I don't know if we move on from that and when we go something more identifiable. I still really like that mask. Honestly, the nose part does not bother me as much. I actually think it's fine, but some people might want something a little bit more pointy. It could complement Robert Pattinson's nose slightly better. Like here, it kind of looks more pointy than flat. That is something they could do, but hey, I don't mind if they keep the cowl and they just mainly focus on the lower half of the suit, right? Okay. Other things we could talk about with it. I know some people want to get rid of the collar. The collar was another part of the Batsuit that people didn't like. And I don't mind the collar. I mean, sure, it's a little like, okay, but I feel like it gives off that Dracula vampiric look, if that makes sense. And I think you would have the same Batman Dark Knight effect of where his neck looks a little too skinny. And I think Robert Pattinson has that Andrew Garfield long neck thing. So maybe it just wouldn't, work right. I'm fine with it. Someone said add nipples. We're done with those days. Um, Other than that, man, I'm liking it. So I still think it's going to be black and gray. I think it's just going to be a less designed version, a more simplicated version. And I think that is the correct route to go, because we are going with a Batman that is now like in year 3, year 4. He's getting more experience. He's getting better at the job. I think his suit should showcase that, right? And right now, kind of the messiness, a little bit more homemade, which isn't bad, like this suit. Him simplifying it, smoother, cleaner, could probably go a long way. Then again, though, we shall see. But yeah, those are some of the things I think I need and wants involved with the suit. Again, minimal changes I will be fine with. But you guys let me know if there's any huge things you think should be changed or made. I'm just excited to see it, dude. That first set photo, when we get to see what that suit looks like, oh, it's going to be Analyze City. It's going to be Analyze City. Okay. Let's move on now to talk about the X-Men. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so Jeff Snyder was on the hot mic, his show with John Roca, where, reminder, they've gotten stuff right. Yes, they've gotten stuff wrong, but they get a lot of big scoops too. They were the first people to talk about Spider-Man, Punisher, Hulk in Brand New Day, and there's a clip of me on a live stream going, "Ha, you idiot. Who would actually believe that?" I should have believed it. I should have believed it. Well, he came and gave us some details about what to expect from the cast. So he's given us who he hears is rumored and on Kevin Feige's list. And we are going to get this X-Men cast maybe by the end of this year, definitely next year. Reason I say that is because it's pretty certain. I believe what's his name? Jake Schreier, who is the director. He said X-Men should be coming out in 2028. To get that film to come out, well, then you got to start casting. You got to get people in shape. So, okay, let's talk about some of the cast members that he has here. So, let's see some of these details. So, we have here Marvel's X-Men reboot got a lot more interesting. Forget the 90s lineup. Marvel is going back to the very beginning, which is what they should do. I love me my old X-Men. I'm glad they'll be in Doomsday, but I want them to start with a fresh new cast. And I love Hugh Jackman, but I'd like a new Wolverine. The MCU X-Men reboot is reportedly starting with the original 5 from the 1963 comic, which, again, I guess I speculated on that, and that makes sense. Cyclops, Marvel Girl / Jean Grey, Beast, Iceman, Angel, which is funny, though, because he also gave a casting for Rogue, but we'll talk about that. And for the villain side, Odessa is reportedly being eyed for so Rogue would be a villain in one of the first. Okay. Marvel is starting from scratch the way Stan Lee and Jack Kirby originally intended. Okay. So here are some of your faces that he gave us. Again, it's up-and-coming stars. I believe one of them was in the latest Game of Thrones spinoff. The, was it Seven Dragons, or what was that called? Tale of the Knights. People really liked it and recommended. I got to get onto that. This makes sense to me. These are upcoming faces. They're notable people. They've shown work. I honestly don't care too much who plays Cyclops, as long as Cyclops is a big part of the X-Men. I need Scott Summers to be the leader. If he's not the leader right away, I really would like his arc to be growing to be the leader of the X-Men, eventually getting his own "come to me, my X-Men" line, similar to the way Chris Evans' line was built up for Avengers Assemble. So already I'm okay with Harris Dickinson as Cyclops. Sure. We have here Peter Claffey. Now, again, these are just who they're rumored and looking at. I don't think this is where you want to put your money on it and bet $50. A lot can change, because I think last time Jeff Snyder even gave his rumored predictions, he heard that they were looking at people like oh, dang, his name is escaping me right now. Jesse Plemons. Jesse Plemons is Beast, which would be awesome. I wouldn't mind Jesse Plemons as Beast. He's a great actor. And these other Margaret Qualley as Rogue. Still with Harris Dickinson as Cyclops, though, so he's still sticking on that. That didn't seem to go away. Fine faces, and I do like the idea of this being the original lineup, the main X-Men team. Seems like a smart, good way to go. I would even love a rendition of the yellow and black suits, or yellow and blue. I definitely need Iceman like this, though, from the beginning. Don't do me again where it took us 3 movies to get him like that and we only get it for 5 minutes. Not again, Feige. I think it's even a good age range. Although this gap seems a little big, you know? Why is everyone white? That's what we're thinking. I'm sure there will be more X-Men, and I'm sure we will get more diversity. I mean, that is the representation allegory with the X-Men. Does not even get onto those kind of arguments. Now, I don't know if I believe Odessa as Rogue. I definitely think, because again, Marvel loves to do this, is differentiate themselves from what's been done. And the previous Rogue was not very comic accurate and was not even similar to like the animated series, She's a country girl, you know. She has some twang to her voice. My mom and the possums got together and we had a June bug of a time, right? I don't know if I can see Odessa pulling that off. Uh, Beautiful, gorgeous woman, but I don't see the country twang coming out of her unless there's something that you guys have seen her in where she has that. I have not seen that from her. I wouldn't mind her, but maybe they don't want to go with the country twang, right? Oh my goodness, this well not this goth version. Oh, dude, I do the. I mean, yes, the goth version. I need to go back to that comment I just saw. We need Rogue to have cake. um, but definitely doing having Rogue in there. I don't know if they do the comic book counterpart. I don't know if Brie Larson is going to be a huge part of the future of the MCU, or they will do a Captain Marvel replacement. But as you guys know in the comics, one of the things that leads Rogue to have her powers the way she does in flight and in strength is she absorbs Captain Marvel's abilities. Is that how they get rid of Brie Larson in there? Because I think Brie is done with Marvel. I think she had her time, she had her movies, and Feige knows there's just unfortunately a large part that doesn't do well. And plus, her movie was one of the biggest, I think, is the biggest flop. The Marvels, which I didn't think was that bad. It was actually fine, better than Thor: Love and Thunder. I think her time has run out. So I wonder if they actually do that storyline and actually have that happen, or they'll have some sort of stand-in and they'll bring in like not Sentry, but they'll bring in some randomly overpowered villain, and then there we go. That's how we get the ultra powerful Rogue that we know. So yeah, this lineup could be fine. Now, the other thing I was seeing uh that Jeff Snyder was mentioning is that surprisingly, Deadpool might get his movie before the new X-Men. We have here, let me see if I can find the actual report. But Jeff in this same live stream here was saying another Deadpool movie film could be the next Marvel Studios project to start production after Avengers Secret Wars. And funny enough, there was also, let me see if I can find it. There was another scooper. Here we go. Cryptic HD, who I trust a lot more. He said, I actually heard this as well pretty recently. I couldn't confirm it with my reliable source, so I just wrote it off as a rumor. So that's already Jeff Snyder and Cryptic, two reliable sources I tend to get a lot of news from because what they say sometimes ends up becoming true. They're saying they hear Deadpool could get his movie before the X-Men. Surprising and not surprising for two different reasons. Surprising because there's just so much talk about the X-Men, and I think a large part about rebooting the MCU or soft rebooting it, where some actors are going to stay, some actors get replaced, and all the worlds will combine into one planet, and that's how the Fantastic Four will be here. The X-Men existed from the beginning, and it'll be the new continuity for the MCU. The main driving force for that is so that they can just set up the X-Men and start hitting the ground running with X-Men stories, because that'll be the focus for the MCU for the next like 10 years, right? So I thought, start with an X-Men movie. So I was kind of surprised to hear Deadpool might go first, but then Deadpool as a rated R movie made $1 billion. Marvel needs money to make these movies and have them be the best they can be. I think maybe Feige's just thinking financially about, if we get a Deadpool movie out there, we can get close, if not hit, another $1 billion, R-rated, and that can then fund our X-Men movies. And we can start teasing the X-Men in a movie that we know people will go see. Because think about also the Marvels, like I was just talking about, that flopped. Marvel's had a pretty important post-credit scene that left Monica Rambeau in another Earth, meaning the X-Men. How many of the general audience even got to see that teaser, know about that tease, right? It's kind of maybe the same reason Jean Grey is showing up in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Kevin Feige wants the audience to know, the non-movie fans who are in this bubble, he wants the main audience to know X-Men is coming and we need you guys to show up and know that it's in the MCU. Jean Grey in a Spider-Man movie, $1 billion Deadpool movie, introducing us to the X-Men. I kind of get the logic. I can see why he would maybe go that route. I'm just a little surprised, especially even when Ryan Reynolds was like, I don't think I'm gonna do a Deadpool movie. I think I'll just be more of a guest star in different movies. Where I'm like Spider-Man 6 or 7, he will he will definitely show up next to Spider-Man there. So I don't know. It could be a way to go. Interesting. I it's not what I expected, but I can't wait to see what the MCU looks like post Secret Wars. I mean, what will that mean for Black Panther, for Doctor Strange, X-Men, all that? And I'm also wondering, do they even put everything on one Earth? Because if Deadpool stays, bro, Hugh Jackman might stay too. And I was just talking about I would love to see a new a new Wolverine and someone else take up the mantle till he's 90. They might keep Huey Jackman and leave him as Wolverine. Oh no. I don't know. Someone said enough with the 6'7". Never, dude. Never. As long as it happens, I'm gonna be 6'7" myself till I'm 90, doing it. Just in the nursing home, just Chris, would you like more pudding? Yeah. Bring me 6 or 7 cups. And that's where I die. That's how my story ends. You guys let me know. You guys let me know. But interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. More like Chris in 2 years. Bro, do not predict my death. This is going to be like one of those clips they play after I've died. They'd be like, bro knew. Axel Worlds knew he died. Please don't. I did get a life insurance plan, so I got to make sure my little boy is set for life if anything happens to me. Please don't let me die, though. Okay. CinemaCon. Let's talk about it. Okay. It's funny. I had somebody here. I feel like I can go to it. Somebody was like, hey, Chris, where's your video on CinemaCon this year? Time machine is busted, buddy. I couldn't travel forward in time and tell you everything would happen. So I'm just going to have to wait for next week for it to happen and we talking about it. All right. So what we can talk about right now, though, is our predictions for CinemaCon and what will be going down. So first, let's look at the lineup of things that will be seen at CinemaCon. I think some people have already tweeted the schedule. So here we go. Here's what we got. The schedule for CinemaCon. Sony on the first day, Monday. Then Warner Brothers. Then we have Universal, Amazon. And we're ending things off with Paramount and Disney. Has the schedule changed? Let me double check that, actually, because here we go. It's still the same. Okay, yeah, here we go. So let's start off looking at what we got first. Let's start off with Sony Pictures here. So the way I think the best to do this is also remind you guys how CinemaCon works. It's growing larger and larger every year. It's becoming more of a thing when it used to be kind of a low-key thing. Again, reminder, CinemaCon is for the movie theater owners. They are the primary people going out to these things. It's not just the AMC theater chain owners or Cinemark owners. It's the everyone who basically owns a theater chain within the US is invited to this event, and it's to get them excited so that when those movies hit their theaters, they will play more screens, they will give them attention and love. So Hollywood likes to go and not just make it a showcase for announcements, but really to impress the theater goers. So that is the priority. So we're not seeing any TV shows, anything streaming related, because Amazon is there. And I know people are like, oh, are they going to talk about Spider Noir? That's going to streaming. Movie theater owners do not want to hear anything about streaming. And now also, it's always usually exclusive stuff. I think it's been so rare that they show a trailer or a clip at CinemaCon and they release it online at the same time. So not any luck. The best thing we're going to get is I got to wait for someone who was there to then type an article and be like, hey, just showed us the Doomsday trailer. Here's what happened in 3 minutes, you know? All right, so let's start talking about Sony and what we could see. So Sony, and oh yeah, also, it's also mainly focusing on the movies already releasing this year. Yes, sometimes we'll get announcements to upcoming things, but mainly it is movies that are actually going to be releasing this calendar year and rarely about like a movie that'll be out in 2 or 3 years. Okay. So let's look at Sony's lineup right now for 2026. Not a lot, dude. What is going on? Okay. So we already had these movies come out. Okay, Evil Dead Burn. Definitely, I think audiences are getting their first trailer there, and this one actually might be one that we get online to talk about, because I was seeing somebody tweeted the Evil Dead Burn trailer is ready. Someone already showcased it. Evil Dead Burn. Someone already tweeted about it, that they that the trailer is already have been rated. Evil Dead Burn. Here we go. Here. Oh well, not Beyond the Reporter. Beyond the Reporter is a fraud. Right now, anybody just block this dude. Nothing but just throwing stuff and hoping it sticks. But it was another account that actually found the Evil Dead Burn trailer was rated. I see, I cannot even find it right now. Oh, here it is. This person, Sam Raimi Updates. They were the original source. The first trailer for Evil Dead Burn has officially been rated and will be released next week. So 1 minute and 13 seconds. It's been approved. Again, it could have been approved just for CinemaCon, but I think this one could be one that they actually release to everybody since it's coming out soon, right? So Evil Dead Burn, definitely going to get some updates and details on there. They might even show a scene at CinemaCon, so we'll get an idea of how gruesome. I'm just excited to actually hear the plot and the premise of this one, because I want to know where it's taking place. Okay, Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be huge. They are going to spend a lot of time on Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I think they'll probably show them a fight scene. I don't know how much of the movie they'll show. People want to believe they'll show them, because Sony has done it before. They'll show 20 minutes, 30 minutes to an audience. That's ones where I'll talk about it, but I don't like to cover, because I'm not gonna sit there and describe 30 minutes of a movie. But instead I'll give you more of the reactions on that, right? I think what they'll do, because this movie is still on a heavy time crunch in terms of the VFX. That's what we've been hearing. So I think they'll just show a small clip. And if I had to put my money on it, I'm saying they show them the Scorpion and Spider-Man fight. If not, maybe this montage scene. Maybe this montage scene is actually what they show. Him fighting Boomerang, Tarantula, and those. I think that could be probably at the montage sequence. But that's my bet. It's going to be talking about the movie, what makes it different, their mindset, their reboot idea, or soft reboot idea, because this is a rebirth for Spider-Man. Could be their first look at the Hulk hulking out, right? So Spider-Man will definitely be a big topic of contention at CinemaCon, so that'll be one. Resident Evil, I also think, will be huge, and they'll probably get their first glimpse of it. We've heard a lot about this movie. Zach Kreger, we know that there's been already some leaks in terms of the test audiences that have seen it, and that the movie is basically a horror version of Mad Max Fury Road, but set within the Resident Evil world. It is so funny seeing the Resident Evil fans get so angry about this not being stricken to the video game lore or doing a direct copy of the video game story. I understand that they're probably great. I think that right now this is the best buzz you can get. The last couple Resident Evil movies and programs. Remember the Netflix show? That Netflix show got destroyed by everybody. Everyone was making fun of it. Resident Evil is in a place that Predator was before Dan Trachtenberg brought it back to life. I know the video games are thriving, but we're talking about the movie media. So I think Zach Kreger is going to knock it out, and they'll probably get a look at that. So that's awesome. Social Reckoning, I am curious. They'll probably talk about that. Again, this is the sequel to The Social Network. I love The Social Network. Can't believe I like the Origin Facebook movie, but it's great. I'm curious how this one will stack up, because it's not directed by David Fincher. Aaron Sorkin's directing it. I have faith, and there have been interesting things with Facebook since that last movie. Talks about how they manipulate their algorithms. Some say that they were hacked and manipulated by Russian bots, and that they contribute a lot of the election to the misinformation on Facebook and things like that. I'm curious how they tackle all that. Okay, Archangel, something I have not heard about. But I guess that could be something. I guess the next these are the next three big things I think they'll dive on about. It'd be cool if they talk a little bit more about the PlayStation side of things. They're not going to talk about God of War, because again, that's a TV show. But Helldivers is a movie up and coming, but it's 2027. So I think the latest movie they'll talk about is Legend of Zelda and Beyond the Spider-Verse. Don't expect huge things. I think Legend of Zelda will get like maybe some photo frames, kind of concept art. Beyond the Spider-Verse, I think we'll get nothing but like a sentence. I think they might just say, "Ma," and we still got Beyond the Spider-Verse coming out. I don't think they'll say much there. I think they'll end off big with Jumanji, and if anything, it'll probably be like a set video. The Rock could be there along with the cast. A lot of the cast usually show up, but it could be a set video of like Kevin Hart and The Rock making fun of each other, right? I think that could be a lot of fun. So that's what I expect from them. The only wild card I can think of in terms of announcements, because Sony is famous for their bad announcements. Don't forget, El Muerto at CinemaCon was a thing. And I think that's why they're staying away from announcing too much stuff. Not just Sony, but Paramount. They announced a live action Last Ronin rated R movie. And what's happened? Movie's paused. Movie's not happening. El Muerto got announced, made a big deal of it. What happened? This is why they stick more to just talking about the movies they for sure have filmed and are coming up. So don't expect too much stuff. But it'd be crazy if they maybe they announce like, because they are supposedly rebooting the Sony, Spider-Verse, and that's the Sony spin-off Spider-Man stuff, the Morbius Craven kind of stuff. It'd be crazy if they announced their first movie and what they're doing there, but I doubt it. I think they'll just stick to Spider-Man and Spider-Verse in terms of that stuff. All right, let's move on now to who's next. Godzilla -1 will have a trailer there. They'll get a first look, so we'll talk about Godzilla -1. Neon will be there. I'm sure we'll get some interesting reveals there. Warner Brothers, though. Let's talk about Warner Brother movies. So, Warner Bros. Movies 2026. Looking at their lineup and what they have planned that they'll be talking about here. So, they'll probably talk a little bit about Lee Cronin's The Mummy and Mortal Kombat. We've gotten plenty of marketing and idea, and there's already been reactions for Lee Cronin's The Mummy where people seem to really like it. I'm actually getting pretty excited for it, and I see it on the 14th, so next week. I'm interested to see it, but we already got plenty of that. Supergirl, we know, will be huge. Okay. I think they gotta... It's because they fumbled last time. I think James Gunn unfortunately fumbled Superman's showcase, and I remember it was one of the most awkward presentations of CinemaCon. At least that's what everyone said whenever I was following the CinemaCon stuff. But Superman at CinemaCon... everybody was expecting like a new slate, an announcement for future movies and things like that, and DCU plan. And instead it was 30 minutes of the cast awkwardly. What do you think makes Superman great? He's just a hero. He helps people. If you could be another character in the DC, who would you be? Batman's kind of cool. I don't know. I'd be Lex Luthor. What drew you to the role, Jay? It was 30 minutes of that, and everybody was like, no footage, no trailer, what's going on? So hopefully James has remembered that experience, remembered that moment. But I also don't know if James Gunn will be there because literally next week is when Man of Tomorrow starts filming, and James Gunn is in director mode. He might just send out a video. He might just be like, on the set right now, preparing stuff for Man of Tomorrow. We got great things coming to you guys, but until then, here's director Craig Gillespie for Supergirl, and it'll be another 30 minutes of what makes Supergirl more super than Superman? Super tampons? I still think they'll probably, if they're going to showcase anything, it'll probably end up being like the Lobo fight scene. So while I would want to get excited for the DCU announcements, I say we tame it and we don't get too excited, and just know they'll probably showcase like a clip of Supergirl fighting Lobo or that scene in the trailer. If anything, I'm more curious about Clayface because they're going to start the Clayface marketing soon. I can't say anything. But I got an email, nothing huge, guys, nothing crazy. It's a small little thing. If you guys remember, they let me see like the Supergirl trailer early, which was nice. I got an email about like a Clayface marketing thing that they're going to be doing soon. So the trailer's pretty close coming up because they asked me like, can we do this? And I was like, sure, that sounds fun. I don't mind being part of that. So Clayface trailer is definitely coming. Would not be surprised then if they have it ready for CinemaCon and then 2-3 weeks later, it shows up online because looks like they're getting ready for that marketing. Okay, Cut Off. I don't know about this one. It's a comedy film. All right. Evil Dead Burn. Oh, is that with Warner Brothers also? End of Oak Street. Okay, I definitely need to see the dino action. I hope for End of Oak Street, because you guys know it's the next dinosaur movie that they have coming up. Really hope that they showcase like just the dinosaur, maybe a fight scene, just so we can hear what the dinos look like and feel like. I am a little worried because I found out this movie was actually like finished like a couple years ago, and it just kind of sat in the shelf for a while. That's usually not a great sign. So hopefully it's not, because the movie's kind of meh. But okay. Now, Coyote vs. Acme is on here, but it's not going to be at CinemaCon, guys, because remember, Warner Brothers sold this movie to Ketchup Entertainment. I don't think Ketchup Entertainment is at CinemaCon. I have no idea when Ketchup is deciding to market this, but they're not a huge studio. They don't have a lot of money. Coyote vs. Acme marketing might be one of those movies that like doesn't start their marketing until a month before the movie, and just hoping that's enough because that's all the money they have. Practical Magic 2, okay, not super excited. Digger, I am curious about. This is it's a Tom Cruise movie. It's supposed to be a comedy. It sounds like a weird, crazy movie. There was already some marketing at Coachella for Digger. Coachella. I saw that going around on the interwebs. They just have a giant shovel. It'd be curious if people got to see that first trailer so we could see, because it's supposed to be an interesting role for Tom Cruise. I still can't believe Cat in the Hat got moved. I don't even care. I'm sorry, I don't care about that cat. Whatever, if they do that, Clayface, I think so. Definitely a big Dune will be a huge part of their presentation as well. A lot of Dune because they want to lock in those screens and make that a big event. The Great Beyond, wouldn't even know what to tell you. I don't know if Godzilla and Kong, maybe that's one that they could talk about. It's March. It would be before next year's CinemaCon, so this would be the only CinemaCon they have to actually talk about Godzilla and Kong. So I could definitely see that one being kind of like the wild card presentation. It'd be nice if they announced this movie. It's an untitled DC movie. It'd be cool to get a DC movie announcement. Man of Tomorrow, again, I'd love it, but they could save that for next CinemaCon because there will be a CinemaCon before that one. They do have the Minecraft movie coming up. They could get people excited for that. Conjuring, Batman Part 2 will just barely be beginning. I don't know. Only other movie I would be curious about is Gremlins 3, because that was recently going around. There was like a report that Jenna Ortega got the role, but that's been debunked. Reliable sources have said, nope, that's not happening. Jenna's not in it. But I would not have minded Jenna part of Gremlins 3. That would have been cool. Jenna really has not been doing a lot since Wednesday. Yeah, that's kind of the lineup for me. I don't know. Yeah, Minecraft 2 is happening. I think Lord of the Rings might be talked about. This is Warner Brothers. They don't. This is not the Fast movie you're thinking about. This isn't Fast and Furious. That's Universal. This is a completely different thing. All right, so let's move on to the next one, which is Universal. Now that's the one we could talk about. Universal movies 2026. It's just better for me to get that list right there because we can then splurge about it. Okay. So we've already gotten these. Michael, maybe they'll talk about that. But again, we're not focusing too much on the movies we already know about. We got Disclosure Day. It's going to be awesome. I hope people go see this movie. It feels like only movie fans are excited. But actually, my brother, who is way out of the movie bubble because he's got his own life and is doing his own things, he did tell me, and it was like a week ago, he was like, I saw at the Super Bowl this trailer for, was it his Alien movie? And I was like, Disclosure Day? He's like, yeah. So that Super Bowl trailer got him. It did his job because he's not someone that follows movie news. He's got a life. And so I was like, oh, cool. That got you, buddy. So that'd be cool. I hope it gets other people. Minions and Monsters. I'm sure that'll be talked about. Maybe they'll just mention the big success they had with Mario Galaxy because it is making a lot of money. They could announce the next animated Nintendo movie. This would be the place to announce the Donkey Kong movie we heard has been rumored. They're like, with Mario's success, Donkey Kong. Introducing Seth Rogen, and they had that episode of the the studio at CinemaCon. That'd be funny. The Odyssey will be a huge one. That'll be huge, and I can't wait to hear what the scenes and trailers of that look like. One Night Only, don't know. They are screening this movie, Forgotten Island. That looks pretty interesting from DreamWorks. So we'll hear our first reviews, and that's also a big sign that the movie's great if they're already trying to screen it this far ahead. Other Mommy is a horror movie. Fokker-in-Law. I do want to see Fokker-in-Law. I like the Fokker movies. So it'd be funny if they bust out Ariana Grande and Ben Stiller and they show a trailer or something from that movie. Though it might be too early. Violent Night 2, yes. Comeback King is a Glenn Powell movie with Judd Apatow directing, where he's like this country star. Glenn Powell, I like him, but man, his rise to superstardom is not going as well as I think he'd like. He did have the Sydney Sweeney movie, but you could attribute that maybe to Sydney. Because his other couple movies, Running Man, he just did How to Kill Your Family or something like that. They have not been big hitters, man. They haven't. So hopefully this will be one, because I do like Judd Apatow. His comedy. Let's see here. Coco Melon, the movie. We're going to have Brain Rot on stage for an hour. And here's a Coco Melon video. Dude, can you imagine being a parent to that? Okay, I would love for them to talk about the Exorcist movie, because this will be before next CinemaCon. So this is definitely one of the wild cards I could see them talking about. There's been set photos for this. I think Mike Flanagan is going to cook. Let's see, The Exorcist with Scarlett Johansson. I think Chiwetel Ejiofor is also in it. Let's see if I can find these. The Exorcist. What's it? Mike Flanagan. Yeah, there's been some set photos already. Here you have Scarlett Johansson. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sasha Kaye is gonna be in it as well. Looks like she's a cop. Chiwetel Ejiofor. Dude, I can't wait. I think there was like one set photo with Scarlett Johansson running with a gun. She's gonna shoot that Exorcist kid. I can't wait. Looks awesome. Looks awesome. So hopefully they talk about that. I would love to hear more about that movie. Untitled Illumination. I'm telling you, this right here, this could be the Donkey Kong movie. April 2026? Yeah, let's do it. Shrek 5, maybe not. This is, again, when we move into June, and Shrek has already been delayed a couple times. It was supposed to originally come out this year. We've already had a trailer. They might just hold off on it. How to Train Your Dragon. The Miami Vice movie announcement, but again, that's so far off. This is, again, moving to next CinemaCon. Maybe Fast and Furious, because I know Vin Diesel wants to like get things going for that. And they also just started on the new Mummy movie. And there was like a photo of the cast that went on the Mummy ride. I don't know if you guys saw that. I thought that was kind of funny. But again, that movie doesn't come out to 2028. They like to focus a little bit closer. So, well, I can't find the photo now. But yeah, I think if you go to, was it Warner Brothers? They were the ones who posted it. I thought it was actually kind of cool. Yeah, I'm not going to find it now with the way they tweet. But yeah, they got on the Mummy ride, the Radio Silence team. I thought that was actually pretty funny. So, okay. Let's move on to a couple more. We already did that. So, no, Amazon. Amazon is tricky, dude, because I really don't know what movies from Amazon are going to theaters and which are that. They could. It'd be crazy if they announced James Bond at CinemaCon. I would not be surprised if that's where they're headed in that. That'd be a great place to do it and showcase that the Bond movies will stay in theaters. Because a lot of people are thinking the Bond movies will go to streaming. And that would be awful. Okay, let's see here what they got. Because they just did that Mercy movie with Chris Pratt. And I'm like, that's what y'all got? All right. Balls Up. Oh, great start. Oh, I saw the trailer. I don't know if this will be funny, man. I just saw the trailer for this. I like Paul Walter Hauser, but I don't know. That does not seem like... I think it's just a movie about guys who make a penis mascot. And that's the whole movie. What if the mascot for our team was a penis? Okay, there's a movie. The Detective Sheep. This feels like a lineup of fake movies that you play in like a random comedy. It's like, we're gonna go see Sheep Detective, a movie where Hugh Jackman dies and sheeps have to solve the crime. Okay, that actually might be peak. I'm not even lying. God is God. Um, dude, again, I don't want to be I saw the trailer. I've seen the trailer for this multiple times. This movie baffles me. Maybe it'll be great. Maybe it'll be awesome. But every time I see the trailer, I'm just like, what is this? I don't. It does not. It's not for me. The Jack Ryan movie. I haven't kept up with the Jack Ryan stuff, so maybe that'll be good. Okay, Masters of the Universe. So they'll definitely have a big showcase for that. Probably show more stuff. For that. That'll be cool. Four kids walk into a bank. Okay, the beginning of a joke. How to rob a bank. Okay, I think Amazon is losing money. Mazaropu. What is this? Oh, indie Hindi language film. Yo, these movies make bank, dude. I be seeing Cinemark be having the Indian Bollywood movies, and there's always people there to see them. I'm like, they're making money on that. Verity, okay. Okay. This is probably what I want most. These next two ones. I Play Rocky. Really want to see how this one turns out. If you guys don't know, I Play Rocky is going to be the biopic or the origin story for how Sylvester Stallone sold and made the Rocky movie. If you've heard the story before, it's tragic. It's great. It's almost an underdog story within. It's ironic because Rocky is an underdog story. I'm very curious for this. I'm really excited for this movie. I want to see that. So hopefully they talk about that. Madden is another one. I believe this is with Will Ferrell, or did they get it's with Nicolas Cage. This is the story about the guy who made, I think, the Madden video games. At one point, it was supposed to be Will Ferrell, but it's Nicolas Cage instead, which is just as awesome. I kind of am curious about that because those that's a big video game, and I'm a sucker for origin stories of real life things. Beekeeper. I'm the beekeeper, and I'm gonna keep my bees, whether you like it or not. I'm Jason Statham, and I shave my head. That a good Jason Statham? I love Jason Statham, but bro has been just churning out these movies, these action movies that I've missed a couple of them. I was not a fan of the Beekeeper. Some people really like that one. I was not a fan of it, so I have not watched A Working Man or Shelter. And he just came out with the trailer for a new one, Mutiny, and they all look like the same movie. But I kind of want to see them now and binge them, bro. I don't know. He's figured it out, right? Like these are Steven Seagal, old Arnold movies that I would rent at Blockbuster with my dad. But sure, tell us about the Beekeeper. This time, the bees are being kept 2 times. Madden isn't releasing in theaters. See, that's what I mean about the MGM stuff. I thought that was a theater release movie. So then if it's not going to theaters, then they won't talk about Madden. Spaceballs, dude. Okay, yes. Spaceballs needs to have some sort of thing. I know that one might be a little out of the ballpark since it could circle into the next CinemaCon. I think definitely Spaceballs will be talked about, and I can't wait to hear their plans for that. Here's some movies that don't have release dates. Again, hard to tell what will be straight to streaming because whatever is straight to streaming will not be talked about, even if it's a big movie, and what will actually get the showcase. So that's what we'll have to wait and see. All right, let's move on. I think there's only like one more. No, 2 more. Paramount and Disney. Okay, so Paramount. Dude, they got a lot to showcase because they're gonna be the embarrassment. I always hear the Paramount panel is actually always well done. That's always lively. It's always has a good vibe to it. Whether the movies are good or not, they have a good vibe. But Paramount is like it's like the girls in high school whose nudes leaked, and you got to go to school on Monday knowing everybody has seen those nudes, which is how embarrassingly they've been on their knees begging for Warner Brothers. Hopefully they showcase all that, but they do have a pretty gnarly lineup, dude. They got Passengers needs to get some hype. Passengers is such an interesting movie to me right now because their marketing has baffled me. If you guys don't know, Passengers is a movie that's had a trailer, but the trailer has only been playing in theaters for the past 2 to 3 months. You might have seen it if you went. It's that trailer about the two guys who are driving in the road, and one guy's like, I gotta go take a piss, man. He goes, takes a piss, and when he comes back to the car, his friend's missing, all the doors in the car are open, and you're like, what's going on? Pretty creepy trailer. Only ever played in theaters. Has not been released online. Wondering what's up with that. So hopefully they talk about that. Maybe it's kind of cool the way they're hyping that movie up. So we'll see. Scary movie, yes. That'll have a big presentation, and I can't wait to hear. That'll be a really fun one. I think they'll probably get a scene from the movie making fun, showcasing one of the parody moments. So that'll be great. Jackass 5, that did just get announced. I don't know if they have filmed anything yet, but hey, sure. And they must if the movie's already coming out in June. So they probably have stuff to showcase. Okay, Paw Patrol Dino movie. I'm sure that'll be fun for some people. Avatar. I'm sorry, guys. If this is still going to streaming, they ain't talking about it because it's going on Paramount Plus. And now this would be a great spot in CinemaCon to be like, hey, the fans have yelled. They've told us this movie should go to theaters, so we are bringing it to theaters. That'd be a great place to announce that. But I think that'll also be the last case scenario. So anybody still hoping this movie gets a theatrical release, I think CinemaCon is the last place you'll hear that announced. If they don't talk about it at CinemaCon, sorry. Street Fighter will probably get a good showcase. Talked about Angry Birds 3. Okay. Have Anthony Padilla and what's his name? Ian Hickok or whatever on stage and let them just do a Smosh sketch since their voices in the movie. Dude, it'd be awesome if they got to talk about Sonic 4. Then March of next year, yep, some Sonic 4 stuff, dude. Oh, that's always good, dude, because Sonic has been like a staple. I think that was some of my first CinemaCon videos. If you look up 3C Sonic CinemaCon, that was like some of my first yeah, right here. 7 years ago, bro. 7 years ago was one of my first CinemaCon videos talking about Sonic. Sonic's an alien. That was such a huge deal for people. Maybe there's more. I think there was another one. But crazy fun times. Crazy fun times. Oh, look when all that stuff leaked. So that'll be good. Quiet Place would be awesome. Dude, I would love for them just to mention something about the Turtles. They just wrapped up, so they're probably animation-wise not much they can talk about, but even just having the voice cast, maybe the direction of the movie, talking about what they're planning to do with Shredder, that'd be cool. Other thing is they supposedly an unannounced Sonic movie, they could announce that Sonic 4 is a two-parter. That'd be huge. We'll see, guys. We'll see on that. K-pop superstar. They could talk about K-pop. Maybe that'll get a theatrical release instead of going to streaming. Okay, and then let's end it off. Well, obviously then with just Disney, there's only one thing we want to talk about with Disney, so no point going into the full lineup. Avengers Doomsday. Now this is the big one. People have been wondering, are they going to showcase the trailer? John Campy has been talking about he thinks they will, and I kind of agree with him. I think they will showcase something of Doomsday. I don't know if it'll be a full-on trailer, a clip of the movie. I lean more towards a clip because I think when this trailer comes out, it's got to be huge. It's got to be big. And I still contend the actual trailer will be the release of the week or month of Spider-Man Brand New Day because they want that synergy. They want that connection and lead up. And that's a good 6-month mark for the movie coming out. So if they do show a trailer, great for CinemaCon people. Don't hold your breath for regular people. They are not dropping that. I wish they would. But I don't think they are because I don't think they want, and this is also why I don't think they'll show a trailer. I don't think they want people's first interpretation or view of the trailer to be a description a blogger wrote on their website or a YouTuber describes to you on. They want your first view of an actual trailer for Doomsday, not counting the Avatar trailers, to be your own eyes. They don't want you to be, the trailer opens up with Spider-Man and Cyclops and Iron Man undressing. Oh, this is getting fascinating. They don't want that. They want you to experience it and then not just actually visualize the trailer. So that's why I lean towards not that. Instead, maybe a clip. It could be an interaction. Doesn't have to be a fight scene. It could literally just be, I don't know, the Fantastic Four talking to Shuri, the Black Panther, because we know that was in one of the trailers, right? The Thing meets Shuri. It could literally just be that scene, and maybe they just hype up moments. Now, what I would hope for, that would be awesome, other than clip and visuals that get described, is an announcement of some cast members that we know are pretty much in this movie, but they have not confirmed, a la Tobey Maguire. You do that on CinemaCon, I think that'll raise the roof and go crazy, and especially if you bring him out and you'd be like, you know, how about we bring out Spider-Man and you maybe you hype it up like it's Tom Holland, since you know Tom Holland's there for promoting Brand New Day, but then out comes out Tobey Maguire. That would raise the roof, and then you'd get your confirmation, and then that would go crazy, right? So that's maybe something that they could do, but I do think Doomsday will have a decent presence because since they're not having the IMAX screenings, they really need movie theater owners to show Doomsday in as many screens as possible to get that money. And some people believe they might change their date a week up to get IMAX screenings at least for 1 week, right? So we'll see if they announce that as well. But yeah, I would love it. That's what the Sony CEO does. Look closely at this dick. Look familiar? Come on out. And they just play the... Excuse me here for 1 second. 1 second. That's not just any dick. That's Tobey Maguire's dick. That wasn't the audience clapping. That was Toby's. That would be crazy. I'm just saying, I think that'd be good. If not, Hugh Jackman, because he's another one rumored. Deadpool's another one rumored. I'm trying to think of who else is rumored but has not been officially announced. Those are like the three main ones: Toby, Deadpool, and Hugh Jackman. I said blood has lost. So yeah. CinemaCon's gonna be crazy. It's fun. You guys let me know what you're most looking forward to, especially something maybe I didn't mention or talk about. Any wild cards, announcements. I always want to tame expectations because again, CinemaCon is to mainly hype up this calendar year and the movies releasing. And more years we're seeing studios announce something that don't come to fruition, ends up embarrassing them in the long run. So then they don't announce much stuff. But who knows? You guys let me know on that. All right. That was the main topics. Gregory, I'm tired of you. Oh, he just died. Gregory was fake. I'll take a quick peek at the Reddit, and then we're going to go into some viewer-submitted questions. What's been going on? Oi, Huey. I entered the bloody tournament and found soups. Raiden. Oi, I fought a guy with a 10-foot penis. You no match for me, Raiden. It could happen. I know people want reels. Ain't gonna happen, y'all. Not doing no reels no more. Random background I made. Cool. Oh, what the heck? Chris Parker checking his phone for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm screenshotting this. I'm saving this. I like this one. That's foul. That is foul. New Paw Patrol movie, The Mighty movie, features Kim Kardashian and Northwest. Oh, that's nice. Like the girls in high school whose nudes leaked, and you got to go to school on Monday knowing everybody has seen those nudes, which is how embarrassingly they've been on their knees begging for... What is Blood talking about?
Poor birdie.
Holly wants your mama's sweet ass.
Good Scary Movie 2 reference. Oh, dude, imagine. We didn't do it right the first time, so we're doing it again. I wish, dude, I am still no idea what they're calling the second movie. It's not Smash Bros. As much as I wanted to be delusional and believe it, I don't think there's anything you could call it other than Mario Party, or you can't call it Mario Land. Land is smaller than Galaxy. You can't call it Mario Odyssey because you already did half of the Odyssey things in Galaxy. What do you got left to do? So it ain't Mario Odyssey. They're not doing Sunshine. They're not doing Paper. Mario Party has to be the only thing, dude. But then again, they had a party at the opening of Galaxy. Peach's party. Bro, I don't know. I have no idea. Mario Kart was already in the first two. Yeah, so I don't know what they do. multiverse it, Mario universe. You know, that'd be something. Is universe bigger than galaxy? Maybe, right? Mario universe. I think they'll have to do an original title. Orale. Bro got good looking. Okay. Thanks for the edit. What is this? Orale, fool. Hey, hey, Bowser, why don't you chill out in the Mushroom Kingdom? Come chill out. I got some mushrooms, Bowser. Hey, fool. Best superhero movie poster ever. Chris Kiss editor, read good night for me and how fast he edits your videos. Oh, thank you, Reed. Orale. Sai, I need to stop eating fast food and get some. Hey, lore accurate Mario. Rate my screenplay. Buddy, I'm not reading this right now. I love you, though. I love you. What if CinemaCon was open to the public? Honestly, I feel like they should do that. They should have a movie con next to CinemaCon, and we have basically a Comic Con, but for movies. A24, Neon, all these other studios show up and have a little walk around for people. It would be big. People would go. I would go. They look similar. Oh, Ray Liotta. I like that. Hey, who's under the table, Chrissy Poo? The other Luma. Feedback is welcome. I'll look at it later, my friend. Bro. Made the bingo card for CinemaCon. Okay, this will be good. Not a bad bingo card. A lot of stuff. Oh, dude, I wish they would announce 28 Years Later 3. I need that. I do got to get me that Toy Story bundle. I want it. Oh, stuff I saw at Warner Brothers Studio. The GOAT. Oh, nice, man. Oh, they got all this on display. Dude, I want that. I want to steal. Let's do a heist movie where I steal the Mr. Freeze outfit. That Freeze outfit is so cool. Not a great movie, but that Freeze outfit was cool. Let's see here. Jumanji. What is this?
That bug boy. You don't fit my code to be murdered, but you do deserve this.
I'm sorry. What? He reminds me of someone. I just can't figure it out. Who do I look like right now, chat? Who right there do I look like? Don't you just say Mario. I'm trying to see. I don't know. The first person that came to mind, I don't think is who I look like, but I hate that it was the first person. Freaking Wednesday's dad. What's his name? Can't even spell Wednesday. Bro, that's who I'm seeing right now. Gomez, yeah. Nacho Libre, okay. Someone said Tom Holland, yeah, right. Dewey, Danny DeVito, Withered Kurt. I'm going to hell. Oh, Roberto. Oh, Roberto. That might be it from The Water Boy. That's so messed up. Roberto. That's your daddy, Roberto. My daddy, mama? Yeah. He was so handsome. I love The Water Boy. That's my favorite Adam Sandler movie. Paul Blart. Thrag. Oh, dude. Yeah, I'm just as threatening as Thrag, too. Roblox man face. Okay. That's some good stuff right there. I'm not avoiding this movie. I am curious to see it. I know some people don't like Eli Roth. Filmmaking aside, he's made stuff that makes my skin crawl. Not a great movie, but Green Inferno made me feel disgusted for a week, and I needed a shower after that movie. And I thought Thanksgiving was actually awesome. So I am curious about the Ice Cream Man. I'm just waiting more for a trailer before I talk about it, because there's just not much that I've seen so far that it like really makes me get onto it. But hopefully the movie's good. Okay. What will you have after 1,000 twerks, Mark? I'll have you, Dad. I'll have you. Are you sure, Mark? Oh, dude. The Boys season 5 is off to a great start. We got the Thing getting his clobbering time. It's slobbering time. Before Alfred, peak Alfred, after Alfred. Okay. I did see Carl Urban say this. I think someone asked in a super chat, so I'll answer it then. Yes, I didn't talk about this because I didn't have much to say, but I like the first ride along. I think the first ride along was really funny. I like the duo between Kevin Hart and Ice Cube. One of my favorite things they ever did was Kevin Hart and Ice Cube did this video. I think it was this one, and it was like one of the funniest things I ever saw. If you haven't, just take time. Conan is great, and this is a reason this video has 87 million views. This one 107. They're great together. So I like the idea of Ride Along 3. I wasn't a big fan of the second movie. I thought the second movie kind of just like already went downhill, but I want the third movie. Hopefully it's good. In-betweeners. And stuff like that. Okay, I think that's what we call it. Yeah, I can't wait to get that popcorn bucket. Looks good, looks good. All right, let's get into it. Let me see, because last time some super chats disappeared. I want to make sure I got to them all. Okay, this was the first one. Good. Okay. Behind the Mask 2 was announced. Thoughts? Yeah, we just talked about at the top of the stream. Very excited. I really do enjoy that first movie. In fact, once it got announced, I wanted to pop the first movie in again because I love the commentary. I love how clever it gets, and I love when they can be commentary without being so much of a parody. Although it could be kind of a parody, but it took it seriously by the end, and I'm so much more curious of the commentating that they do next. Rank these actors' serious roles. Matthew McConaughey, Brad Pitt, Christian Bale, Denzel Washington, Leonardo DiCaprio, RDJ. Also, your wife said you're a gooner. Oh. Who do you think watches me, goon? Okay, I guess which is like the better role? Like they're the most serious? You know what? Okay, I'm gonna start at the bottom. Whether you like this or not, sorry, this is just the way I'm going. Robert Downey Jr. is great, and I'm sure he has other roles that have excelled. But it is the type of thing where when I see Robert Downey Jr., I just see Tony Stark now. In any role he's in, I just see Tony Stark. And that's not a bad thing. He plays Tony Stark amazingly. And he was good in Oppenheimer. I will say that's probably the only role I was like, that's not Tony Stark. But that could be Tony Stark when he's 90. I'll play RDJ at the bottom. Then I will go... see, this is hard. He's great also. Brad Pitt. I like Brad Pitt also. But I have yet to see a movie where like he makes me feel sad. He's always like the charming the Cliff Booth guy. That if Brad Pitt's personality could be summed up, it's that's Brad Pitt right there for you. Zodiac was good. You're right. RDJ, you're right. But Jake Gyllenhaal was better in that. I'm just saying. Then I would go Matthew McConaughey. He is really good. I like him in Wolf of Wall Street. You got to bump up those numbers. Need your goon in 3 times a day. Good McConaughey. He's done great stuff. Dallas Buyers Club, all that stuff. All right. Then I think I'm going Bale. This is like elite. This is now a different ranking. This is like the real ones where they're just like inches away from each other. I go Bale. Then I go Leo. Then I go Denzel. Dude, I love Denzel. And this might be biased because right before my stream, Equalizer 3 was on TV. And I realize Equalizer 3 is not a masterpiece and some just barely like it. But dude, Denzel is one of those actors. Same as Leo and same as whatchamacallit? Who did I just... Christian Bale. They're those actors that just elevate the role, dude. Once you see Denzel can be in the most crappiest movie, but because it's Denzel, it's like, this is good. This is good. I don't know. But they're all great. Love them all. Happy 10 year. Dude, yeah, I can't believe it. That just happened yesterday. I thought my anniversary was on the 16th. It was on the 9th. So I've been doing YouTube now officially for 10 years. Maybe at the end of this month, I'll do a 10-year video. I was hoping to do it, but I just haven't had the time. Stuff has been busy, and now with CinemaCon week, it'll be a busy week also. But I would love to do a 10-year video looking back on everything. But dude, 10 years on YouTube, that flew by. That flew by. And I was not famous the entire 10 years. So if you want famous years, I would say that's 7 years on YouTube. But 10 years, that flew, dude. Jack O'Connell as Freddy Krueger. Did I cook? I don't mind Jack O'Connell as Freddy Krueger. He actually was really great in Sinners. And you know what? It's more his role as Jimmy or Roberto Calamari in 28 Bone Temple. You know what? That is a cook. I think I would like to see him as Freddy Krueger. Yes. Let him kill some kids. The Amazing Digital Circus finale will be in theaters on June 4th, 7th. The 9th episode doesn't premiere on YouTube until the 19th. Thoughts on this? That's awesome that the show has that big of a fan base that people can go and check it out. I was seeing some people tweet and talk about it. I unfortunately still have not checked out the show or seen it, but hey, maybe there's something that I need to check out. Hey, Chris, this might be a hot take, but I kind of hate how animation movies' art styles look now. They all look like they're copying Steven Universe. In what sense? I saw some people say that with the what was it, the friendship movie that was coming out? But oh, you mean more in like 2D animated cartoon shows or like actual animated movies? I don't know. I guess I get what you mean. Just big-eyed, bulky, round faces with weird body proportions. I guess. It's a trend. It'll go and it'll die. I'm still not sick of it. Thoughts on Carl Urban saying he wants to star in a Red Dead film? That would be awesome. Unfortunately, that's just one of those cases where I don't know how you translate that so much. Maybe name alone could sell it because Red Dead Redemption is like one of the most popular games. But to the general audiences, they would just look at it as a Western film. They would just look at it as a cowboy movie. And right now, there hasn't been a Western movie that has performed that well at the box office. They are inexpensive to make. And forgive me because I haven't played the games, although I've wanted to. But it's one of those games where you need to dedicate like hours at a time to. And I just unfortunately don't have that right now. But someday I'd like to. I don't know if the story is like big enough to contribute to a whole thing. Because again, some people just see each other and go, "Oh, Western, that's interesting." Well, it'll have to be the video game fans that sell it, you know. But hey, it'd be cool if it happens. And Carl Urban, sure, dude, I love him. Hey, Chris, if you could invite 3 of your lookalikes to have a party, which one would they be? What would you 4 do? I already forgot my lookalikes, bruh. What were my lookalikes? Do I have to go back to the 3C lookalike video? All right, I'll pick lookalike. Who would I actually think I have a good time with? From that video. Okay, let's do this. All right, so where was the end result of this? Can I see the chart 3? Let me look at the chart again. Some of these faces were insane. Okay. All right. Who would I actually hang? 3 people. Jeez, this is just a chaos list. You know what? I don't know why. First person that comes to mind, because he seems so chill in the little clips I've seen of him, and we have the same maturity level. The Rizzler. I feel like Rizzler and I could get on to some conversations about fast food. He likes Fortnite. We could talk about Fortnite. He actually seems pretty low key. He seems like, hey, Fortnite's messing up. What do you think they got to do? I think they should bring back web swingers. I don't even know why the Rizzler to me sounds like a 50-year-old chain smoker. No, I think they should bring back chain smokers. I'm gonna go Rizzler. I think Kevin James would be a lot of fun. I think Kevin James would be fun. I think Kevin James is funny. And I met Campy already, so I'll go with someone I haven't met. I'll go Chris Evans, Buzz Lightyear, because he'll be confused as hell what he's doing here. There you go. Would Sonic movies make money if they were animated? I honestly don't know. They might make about the same, if not less. That could be the next route that Sonic goes to after the live action movies. It's what Transformers 1 tried to do, but it didn't work for them because if you remember, Transformers 1, they had the idea for the movie and they said it would cost way too much money to do it live action, so we're going to do it animated. And if they want to go into different planets and more CGI creatures, maybe animated is the way to go. I feel like they'd make about the same amount of money. I could be wrong, but I feel like they'd make about the same amount of money. You have to remember also most live action movies make more than animated. There are rare cases and exceptions, of course, but most live action usually makes more than animated. So if anything, you'd have a Transformers 1 situation where the first animated Sonic movie would not make a lot of money and you would have to take a risk like Mutant Mayhem is about to, where Mutant Mayhem made decent money, but it was not a lot of money. Same as Spider-Verse. The first Spider-Verse did not make a lot of money, and then the sequel did. Hopefully Mutant Mayhem 2 does. So yeah. Thoughts on Dune 3 IMAX ticket scalpers? Insanity, dude. I guess that's also where I'm a little privileged, knowing my press screening. They always want to give press the best experience that the studio wants. So I don't have to worry about purchasing IMAX tickets because I know my press invite will be at an IMAX screening. But I definitely feel for those people, man, because they release those at such an inconvenient time. People are working, they have school, they have class. They can't just bust out their phone and be like, "Professor, I'm getting the Dune tickets. The Shaw Man must be seen in 70 millimeter. I'm not touching my sandworm, you are." So yeah, scalpers suck. Have you heard the scrapped Bowser song for... No, there was a scrapped Bowser song? What? That was another thing with Galaxy, man. Galaxy was missing some of those songs, dude. I still can... Some people fought me on this. I still think first Mario movie better than Galaxy. Galaxy definitely had a lot cooler fight scenes, but I think first one just had like a charm to it. We're the Mario brothers and plumbins are getting... That was cute and nice. Where's the Mario and Luigi? And they had the peaches. None of that in Galaxy. I never didn't know there was a scrapped Bowser song. What was the... Let's see. Galaxy scrapped Bowser song.
There once was a man named Mario. Yeah.
Is this real or is this like AI fan made? This would have done numbers for the movie. Okay, I'm gonna skip it. I can't listen to the whole thing.
Brought me down, no Bowser, he was done. But now they're facing Bowser Jr.
I like the sound of it already.
Once more, but Yoshi is now in the crew.
It seems like an ending song. It seems like a summary of the actual movie. Okay. It was a Jimmy Fallon bit. Okay, awesome. Thank you, guys. I was like, I don't know. It feels like something that... Because Jack Black has that talent to just make up songs on the spot. I wish they cast Kate McKinnon to play Alex in Minecraft Movie 2 instead of Kristen Dunst, since Kate voiced her at the end of the first movie. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I actually... No offense to Kristen Dunst. I think she's actually a great actress. I think I also would have liked Kate McKinnon. I think she's actually pretty funny, and I think she could have had a fun dynamic with Jack Black. But maybe they wanted to do kind of a straight man and joking kind of vibe, where Kristen Dunst is going to be the serious one, and Jack Black will be the goofy one making the jokes. That's sometimes the chemistry winning. You can't have two goofs. What did you think of Reminders of Him? I saw it Sunday before last Sunday, and I loved it. Did I see Reminders of Him? I didn't see Reminders of Him. My lady wanted to see that. Is that the movie where the lady goes to jail and then she finds love? I haven't seen it, but I know my lady wants to see it, so I'm definitely probably watching it when it comes to streaming. But I didn't get the chance to see that one. There's also a Colleen Hoover movie, and Coho she be on that pipe with some of her storylines. I haven't seen episode 6 yet, but I mentioned before that episode 4, but was set for Mark. He helped the devil and will be resurrected because of it. Huh. Okay. Good to know. Hi, Dada. Hello, Blaze Wolf. Did you see they spoiled Vanessa's death in Daredevil Born Again trailer? Yeah, I can't believe that was in there. I did see that. No one noticed until it finally happened. That was insane. We'll definitely talk more about Daredevil once it's over. And you guys definitely hate me. I've been getting nothing but take Chris. I don't know what you're talking about. This season's peak, Chris. I guess I'm the only one. We'll see how y'all feel towards the end of everything. But a lot people eating this season a lot more up, and honestly, maybe it's a good showcase that binging it all at once didn't do the show a favor for me as opposed to getting it week to week. Maybe week to week I would have been like you guys, where when I sat down and watched it all in one day, it just didn't. It was maybe too much. Too much. It didn't hit me right. But yeah, I agree. Daredevil fumbled a bit. Okay, I'm not the only one. Thank you. But we'll see. We'll see. I know most people are loving it, so either way, we are in the minority, my friend. Do you think it's more exciting when Justin Long is a bad guy or good guy? Also, what's your favorite Justin Long horror movie? Justin Long is such an underrated actor. I like Justin Long a lot. And he has one of my favorite lines in The Barbarian that I can't repeat in fear of getting canceled. But just the way he answers the phone in the bathroom where he's like, "What's up?" I laughed so hard at that. I was like, because it caught me so off guard the first time I saw the movie. I don't know if when y'all saw Barbarian, but that came out of nowhere. But okay. In terms of horror movies, Alvin and the Chipmunks is probably my favorite horror movie of his. Okay. On a serious note, uh, do I like him better as a good guy? Well, he was a bad guy in Barbarian, and I just laughed my butt off at how funny he was in that. He hasn't been a bad guy in a lot of movies, has he? I can't think of like many roles he had. Where other movies was he the bad guy in? Let me know. Jeepers Creepers is up there. I do like that one, but honestly, I'm kind of more of a fan of Jeepers Creepers 2. I just like the bus and the high school people getting mauled by the creeper and the expansion of the lore. So I'm more into Creeper 2. I like the first, was it 40 minutes of Tusk a lot. Dude, I thought Kevin Smith was about to cook and give us an actually awesome horror movie, and Tusk just went off the rails, dude. After that 40-minute mark, it just became a Kevin Smith movie. Unfortunately, love you, Kevin, but nah. I must say, I like him more as a good guy. He was fun in Barbarian, but Justin Long is such a likable dude. I kind of like him as the guy. Yeah. Tusk was a comedy. Yeah, it was. Nah, dude. Those first 40 minutes was pretty horrifying, dude. Go to someone's house and then you wake up and they amputated you because you got a spider. Nah, dude, that was crazy. I love Dodgeball too. I hope they make that second movie. They keep talking about that, but then it never happens. Hey, KP. Me and the little bro went to the opening weekend of Super Mario Galaxy. Movie's his favorite part. Oh, when Yoshi ate the chomper ball and laughed out loud when they played Biggie Smalls. Yeah, that Brooklyn scene with Yoshi was awesome. I love the back shots of Yoshi. As of yesterday, your channel is 10 years old. It's crazy, Reed. 10 years ago, man. Where does the time go? Where would I be in 10 more years? Hopefully some of y'all will still be watching. Hey, Chris, hope you're having a good day. Did you see that I Show Speed? Oh, I did see this. Will be starring in his own anime on Netflix with Matt Owens from One Piece. Awesome for him, dude. And it really just, and I Show Speed is one of those people like a Markiplier, that he just has such a large fan base where he can make his own movie, his own show. And because his fan base is so huge, if only 10% of his fan base watches, it is already on par with the average viewing for a Netflix show or Netflix movie. So why not do it? Why not give those chances? I, of course, am not of that level. I mean, and this isn't an offense to Chris Stuckman, but like Chris Stuckman is way bigger than me, and he didn't have the Markiplier numbers to unfortunately do that for Shelby Oaks, but still did decently, and I think it turned a profit, which is awesome. But it only makes sense, and so yeah, cool for Speed. Godzilla X Kong collabing with Call of Duty. Very possible first look at Godzilla and Kong. And oh, dude, that'd be awesome. I can't wait to see. I'd hope for a Fortnite collab because that's what I play more. Them Call of Duty collabs are always, this is the dude with like a Godzilla helmet. I think one time they did a cool one where like Godzilla was on the map walking. They did that on Fortnite too, though. Video on the 3C Clips channel of me struggling to get that. The Hulk better face Wolverine in Doomsday. I would like that. Been watching the Harry Potter movies. I like the later movies getting darker and more serious, but I wish the color saturation in them wasn't super grand old. I would actually agree with you. I know Prisoner of Azkaban kind of started that, but I also agree. I don't like how desaturated some of the later movies look. I guess it's just to go with the darker, more grown-up vibe of them. But I was also a fan of the warmer tones in the early movies. But it's a creative decision that I think works for where the movies went. But yeah, nice viewpoint. Gregorio Senior, your Baby Yoda plush might get jealous. Yeah, he's definitely jealous. What do you? Why do you think they choose to release the Crystal Lake series right after Christmas? Probably scheduling, but curious your thoughts. That is weird. Right after Christmas? Is it like direct? Is that the actual date already? Did they confirm that? Sorry. Uh, Crystal. I thought it was like coming out in November or something. Oh no, December 26th. Honestly, it's not a bad idea. Because most people are at home. Most people are in their families. They're off work. They have that time off. It's the perfect time for people to start watching things. I mean, Stranger Things took advantage of that with their season finale with Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. I don't think it's that crazy. I know maybe it's like an odd time for a horror show, especially one of Jason. And I don't think there's a snowy setting in them. But I think in terms of finding your audience at home, needing something to watch, probably a good release date. Let's see here. I got the Yoshi bucket AMC when I went to see They Will Kill You. I dressed him, her in it with a hat covered in Yoshi. Gave it to nephew. Oh, that's so cute. I'm glad you got. I still got mine right here. Someone told me to put it on top of the Pac-Man machine that because it goes with the video game vibes. I might end up doing that. Hey Chris, did you see the new Transformers documentary that got released and how it reveals the new Transformers movie suffered from producer interference? Oh, I totally believe that's a thing. I didn't see that though, but you can feel less Michael Bay-isms as the movies went on and more studio things and interfering. That does not surprise me at all. Just because how much money they made, and they probably weren't cheap movies either, so they were trying to protect their investment. Did you see Superman Defenders Unite reveal Darkseid? Do you think they will stick with that? Nah, we talked about that earlier. Nah, it's just something cute to do to sell tickets. Cobra Kai short film coming soon. Had some setbacks. Well, that's cool. You're doing your own stunts. Don't fall out a window. Update on your Blood and Honey appearance. Imagine. Well, I got the okay from my lady. She's really pushing me to it. She's like, don't you think it'd be so fun for your son to see you get killed on screen? What I am worried about, which I know is such a diva thing, and I shouldn't even care. I should be happy if I get 2 seconds of screen time. But it is kind of that. It is a 9-hour flight to London. I am going to be there for like a week away from my son. If I go, I want to have... I'm not trying to have like a role. I would like to have just a dedicated moment. And it sounds more like what they're doing is like a quick montage kill scene. It sounds like almost like what they did in the last Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, where, Winnie the Pooh went into the club and just randomly slashed people. I would hope I would have at least 30 seconds, 20 seconds. I'd like to be able to look at the camera and go, ah! So I'm afraid, it won't be, but it looks like I'm gonna go through with it. I do have to confirm my with them through email, but yeah, I gotta do it. Also for the vlog, exactly. The vlog would go crazy, just like you're saying. So I should. And so yeah, my lady's really pushing me for it. She's like, you'd regret it if you don't. And I'm like, you're right. I'm also developing Edward Teller biopic, Bowser Jr. Best in Mario. Oh, I don't know who Edward Teller is. Maybe I should. Do I not have elite ball knowledge? Edward Teller was a Hungarian-American theoretical physicist and chemical engineer. Yeah, not my ballpark, but that's awesome, dude. What is your favorite one-hit wonder? Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know. Do I have? I don't know if I'd say favorite, but the ones that come, obviously there's Ice Ice Baby with Vanilla Ice. Ice Baby. I like that, whether you like Vanilla Ice or not. Bro, what are some one-hit wonders that have been come and gone? There's tons of them out there. Let's see. Famous one hit wonders. I want like a list of them. Vanilla Ice. Macarena. Macarena was a one hit wonder. Let me see modern. Or are we talking about movies? I'm over here thinking about music. Let's see here. Somebody that I used to know, Pumped Up Kids. Okay, that was it. Call Me Maybe. No. Oh, I hated that song the year that came out. Call Me Maybe was on the radio 24/7. I hated that song. Teenage Dirtbag. Yeah, not bad. 500 Miles. Oh, I didn't know that. Return of the Mac. That's a good one. Some good stuff in there. Hey, Chris, will you do a video on collecting the merchandise? Yeah, probably will. I have an idea for it. I've got to order some stuff. So I think I have like a fun little idea, and it'd be a fun intro. And those buckets do seem cool. What is your best movie experience you have feeling ever in your life? Definitely Infinity War. I'll just never forget that scene with the crowd opening day and when everyone got snapped away. Endgame also, No Way Home. Trying to think of some non-comic book movies that were like really fun. The first Ready or Not, I think, was a fun one. But it'd just be those Marvel movies, man. It's just such a fun environment. And back when they would actually get engaged and cheer, it honestly doesn't happen as much as I would like. I'm glad I never experienced a chicken jockey screening because that's wild. I definitely feel bad for that. For Scooper research purposes only, of course, can you pull up Odessa Hellzen comparing her to Rogue versus Apocalypse scene? Thanks. I'm respecting her. Probably not, but privately? Let's just say I'm bookmarking that one. What are your Scream review? Where, dude, they got nuked. Whoever, what is it? Is it Warner Brothers or MGM? Whoever owns Scream nuked all those reviews. I tried fighting them and getting them unblocked. They nuked them and they came after me. That's where I was like, maybe if I unlist them or something. But yeah, Miramax. There we go. Yeah, Miramax nuked them. Hey, yo, you are my favorite YouTube channel right now. It used to be John Cam, but bro, thanks for giving us fun stream every week. And can I get a and a? By the way, Logic has a movie. You should check it out. Oh, okay. I like some Logic songs. I wonder what that movie's about. Let me just quickly. Is it just like of his life or Logic movie? Paradise Records is a 2025 independent film written by star rapper Logic and his directorial debut, the raw semi-autobiographical. Okay. I wouldn't mind watching that. Learn some more about him. Hey, Drew. Drew, who tunes in? Oh, you yeah, I like some. I said I like some Logic songs, buddy. Okay. Oh, I'm corny. I listen to Kermit the Frog sing about rainbows when I'm in the shower. All right, we are not on the same bracket. I still listen to Disney Hercules. Oh, you wanna be a hero, kid? Whoop-de-doo. Yeah. I will find my way. I will go the distance. I'll be there someday. Just me scrubbing. I will be there someday. If I can be strong, I know every mile. Haven't been on a treadmill in weeks. What do I mean a mile? But I still feel it. Will be worth my while. I would go most anywhere within a 30-foot radius because I don't like leaving my house to find where I belong. Love Hercules, dude. You're corny, Drew. You watch me, dude. Who's the real cornball? All right. Let's move on. What was I? Where was I at? All right. Mario Galaxy wasn't terrible. Would prefer if Rosalina led the group across the galaxy to save the Loomis and discovering her backstory. Um, I mean, I would Rosalina would definitely want her to be a big part. It would have been nice if she teamed up with her sister from the beginning. It could have been more development as they adventured on, for sure. Definitely got some of her backstory thrown in there as well. Would have been nice. But yeah, I agree. Not terrible, but it is kind of a letdown for what it could have been. The potential that movie holds. Any news on Godzilla X Kong Supernova? No, but CinemaCon might be our best bet right now, and hopefully, and that's just waiting on toy leaks and Funko Pop leaks, right? Hey, Chris, thoughts on The Boys season 5? I just finished watching the first 2 episodes. Loving it, loving it. I was pretty shocked with the big character death in the first episode. Not gonna say who, and I'll just in case the chat want to be some butts. That one kind of got me, but Homelander is feeling as threatening as he usually does. We got some big penis action like we always got to do. I like where things are headed. It's got me on the edge of my seat. It's good. I'm just hating the way Butcher is just a maniacal maniac right now, but it's just the way it's got to be. Other than that, good stuff. I am liking season 5 of The Boys. Reels, please. Oh man, dude. I'm gonna have to start putting a cap on these super chats because if you're risking my channel disappearing, we got to make it at least $20 super chat, and only once. That's right. I'm holding hostages the stream. So here we go. Let's see here. All right. Gonna try and I'm trying to find a spot to start, and I got a lot of. Okay, there we go. We'll start right there. All right then. Here we go. Let's end my career here. Please don't do anything crazy. Oh, I gotta. Okay. Also, as a reminder, I can't control the volume. It's gonna be loud. Start turning down your audio now. All right, let's do this. Oh Lord. It's making me connect. Was it? Is it not? Okay, there we go. Lord, forgive me for what I am about to do. How do I? Oh, it's over here. Okay. Okay, that's just a friend of mine. Okay, some movie theater stuff. I think the algorithm is normalizing now. More movie theater stuff. Things are on a good path. Reels is learning. I spoke too soon. Shrek. Shrek. No. I was going to eat that. Where's the audio for this thing?
Let's like let's
Shrek, please.
No, please, no. I don't want to, Mom. We bought this turkey. I don't care how he prepared it. You're eating it. Okay, that's strike 1. 3 strikes were out. Okay, not so bad. Honestly. Yo, I actually kind of like this one. What do the comments on this look like? Lost footage of my ex, goals, best client. Oh, come on, where are the funny comments? This is why TikTok comments be better. Just people tagging AI poo. Okay. I actually believe this. This is not AI. This is real. That rat's faded, Drew. I'm jealous of that. Dang, he looked like Chris Low-key. All right, Drew. Nice creator. Starlight, go follow her. She's cool. Okay, what's this?
It's run through my mind. I will not go back to that restaurant. SpongeBob!
I knew something bad was happening. I didn't think it was Patrick gobbling up some sponge and draining him. This is why I fall. Okay. Yeah, this was us. This was the whole chat looking at that. What did I just saw? Son. No, yes, take your kids away. Okay, that's strike 2. Hey, I might pick that up. Algorithm knows how to feed me. It is about to be summer though, so. Okay, I don't even. Thanks for saving me. Okay, well, that's okay, I'm not doing no AI videos. And we're done. That's all it is now. AI slop. So I said recreate this. Okay. Good. I hope you had your fun, buddy. Oh, Reels. What is this place? Let's see here. What do we got? How do you feel about the deaths so far in The Boys? I was definitely sad. I think they closed off that person's circle in a good way. There was some mirroring to the way they were introduced in the show that paid off. It did feel, I don't want to say anticlimactic, but it's like, dang, all this time that character's been there and now they're dead. I think they're definitely a character that needed to die. I'm still waiting for another character that definitely needs to die. Not talking about Homelander, that I feel has been deserving of a death for a long time, and I'm like, I guess they're waiting for that one to the end. But good so far. Chris, thoughts on Daredevil reportedly getting his own movie? I saw someone tweet that. I don't know how much I believe that source. No offense to that person, because they do seem nice. I would love it if Daredevil gets a movie after Born Again. If anything, it'll probably be a special. But man, I would love a Daredevil movie, dude. I'd love it. I'm a bit late. Did you watch The Boys? Yeah, we just talked about it. Thank you though for being here though. Can some put 3C's right now face on Ben Stiller in Meet the Fockers when he talks about milking the cat? Yeah, just little cat milk. Hope you and your fam are doing good, 3C. Your videos help me get through a walk all the time. You're awesome. Can you wish Brandon and Sam a happy anniversary? Brandon and Sam, happy anniversary. Keep doing what you're doing and hope there's more to come. It's called Paradise Records. It's a comedy, and I think you would enjoy it. Logic loves cinema, and this is his first movie backed by Kevin Smith. Yeah, I think anybody who doesn't like Logic is corny, especially if their name starts with D and rhyme with Rue. Watch this trailer. Yeah, we talked about it. The trailer for Furious. Oh yeah, we talked about it on the channel on the side flick. I think they moved the release date to June just recently, but very excited for that movie. I like the martial arts look of that. Rip Alfred, by the way, I legit work at the zoo as a zookeeper. We have dots on our windows so the native birds don't crash into them. Wow, does that stop them? Just dots? Hey, let's go through this. No, there's a dot there. A dot? That's crazy what deters birds. Do you think Avengers Kang Dynasty could have reached Avengers Doomsday levels of hype without the controversy? I think so. I think if they powered through, there definitely could have been some hype there. I think I know there's like supposedly that rumored like plot of what was going to happen. I don't know how much I believe that as much as it was just fan fiction, but man, I wish I would have jumped on the bandwagon to talk about that plot because people who did got tons of views. I just don't believe so much that was the actual movie. Could have been ideas of it, but I don't think that was the full actual movie. I think it could have generated. I think it definitely could have because I think a lot what we're going to see in Doomsday was probably going to happen in Kang Dynasty as well, just replaced Kang with Doom. Hey, Chris, you viewed my shorts before and gave great advice. Can you let me know how you feel about the recent ones? I really don't want to turn more things into plugging in, things like that. But if you send it to, if you put it on the Reddit, I'll check it out after stream and I'll comment under it. My thoughts, buddy. Have you watched Dracula Love Tale movie? If yes, can you do Dracula impression? Oh, I want to suck your blood. If not, I'll also suck something else. You know, I'm not gonna beg for it, but That was gay Dracula. Have you watched Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord? Honestly, no. I'm someone who picks and chooses Star Wars projects because I'm just a casual guy. So Maul unfortunately isn't something that interests me. The last Star Wars thing I was interested in was Skeleton Crew, and I liked it. I thought Skeleton Crew was good. I thought John Watts did good with that show. It sucks that nobody else saw it, and they're not going to continue it. But yeah. If it's good, I'll watch a clip or two, and if it's good, I'll check it out. I just don't know how much do I need to know about Mr. Maul beforehand. I just remember the Phantom Menace stuff. I'm a monkey, okay. Hey 3C, what's your go-to spot to sit in the cinema? Not right. Let's look at oh geez, nothing there. It's just a blank void, like the soul in my heart. Let's see here. Movie theater seat chart. Okay, I like use precise location. Not now. Okay. So if we're looking at a theater, let's just say like here's a standard theater. When I was a kid, my dumb small IQ brain, I literally thought the best place to sit was in the very back. I don't know why, and if you're still there, it's time to grow up. Now, I can goon back there, Chris. My girlfriend and I go back there and watch movies nobody sees. No. You grow out of that and you realize you're actually just further from the screen and you're actually paying to see what is the equivalent of your TV screen in your living room, okay? So stop sitting back here. Unless you're on a date, then I guess do you, buddy. But they got cameras. They got cameras and someone's watching your filthy butt. Okay. And then I used to be the right in the middle center frame guy. But let me tell you now, even in press screenings and when I go out, I don't like that many people sitting around me. You know what? I'm going to say something that might make you think differently of me. And I'm sorry, but it is just the truth. And I don't do this for sold out screenings because I know then that's messed up. I will buy an extra ticket just so nobody sits next to me. Hey, I got it. I'm going to do it. And I've just had so many experiences ruined by Smelly McGee next to me, Phone McGee next to me, take his foot out and put it in the seat in front of me, McGee. Nah, those days are done. I'm not in that tax bracket anymore. I will buy the empty seat to create that distance. I will do it. So, one place I actually do like to sit a lot. So that like very little. I actually like the second row before the middle. So going up here, then I E because that's technically sometimes on the floor. So then you go up one step, second step. I like this because it's kind of still close enough to make the screen really big, but you're not so close where you're turning to see things. When you're turning to see things, that's when you're like here or here, and I don't like that. I don't like seeing a dialogue scene and going. No, I want to just be able to do my eyes, just doing that. But sometimes we'll like park right here. And the reason for that is because, hey, sometimes you got to use the restroom. I'm getting in that older age, and you don't want to be the inconvenience in a row and go through a bunch of, excuse me, sorry. And the way they're building these theaters now, you're going to step on someone's toes. You're going to bump on somebody. So honestly, right here, if it's not too crowded, I will take this, but I'm buying those seats next to me, and I'm going, you ain't sitting next to me. Get your filthy paws off me. I'm a Cinemark Rewards member. All right. We need a 10-year anniversary video of your journey. You know what? If I do end up making the 10-year video, and if you're still watching at this point, especially on the playback for the comments, would really love to know what in a 10-year video you would want me to talk about. Is it the journey? Is it how I got there? Is any secrets I've learned? Is it the lifestyle change? What do you actually want to hear? because I just don't know what angle to take. And like, I've spent 10 years. Hey, that's crazy, right? Sorry, it sounds personal, but do you do? Oh yeah, I do this full time. This is my full gig. I mean, my mortgage is paid like this. My bills are paid doing this. This is me full time. Um, I definitely want to kick back into it more. My son, I'm getting more rhythm with my son now. He's 3 months old, my little boy. I know I've been not as consistent as I used to be. Apologize, and I thank you guys for being patient with me, but I am still wanting to kick it into gear and get back into it. And definitely CinemaCon week is going to be nonstop of movie videos. But yeah, it's full time, and I still want to grow and do different things, and I got ideas and plans I want to push through. But yeah, this is full time, and I'm very happy. Very happy that this could be my full time. Even it gets stressful. It gets stressful. There's tons of competition every day, but it's still a nice space, and I'm glad you guys come here to watch me. Any Blue Beetle, dude? No update on that TV series. I don't even know if it's happening anymore, dude. You know, and I hate. Not that I hate, but I feel bad. Solo Maridueña does all these interviews. The guy who played Blue Beetle, and he keeps saying it's coming, it's happening. I'm gonna show up. It'd be great if he's a cameo in Man of Tomorrow, but I don't know what's been happening with that. Oh, dude, I saw Pizza Movie. I saw the I'm Good movie, and I do have some thoughts. Okay, if you guys don't know, Hulu came out with a movie called Pizza Movie, and it became a meme just from one photo. Again, I talked about this last week. One person just posted this picture of a screenshot of the trailer and just I just read what that said. You got me. You got me. It said I'm good, bro, was the actual original. That's so funny. I like dick, bro. Bro watches a trailer for a movie he doesn't want. I like dick, bro. That was crazy. Um, dude, I actually got that as a message. Can I pull? Let me see if I can find that. Dude, I'm just unfortunately one of those uncreatively funny people that thinks making gay jokes when I'm not gay is hilarious. But I literally got a message the other day. Where is it? Oh man, I don't know if I can find it. I don't always go through my requested just because I love you. It's sometimes just the most random stuff. Hey, can I interview for my school paper? It'll take 3 hours. I love you, buddy, but I can't, man. I can't just do that. Anyways, I got someone that literally messaged me saying, Chris, are you bi? Because low-key, you've been dropping hints. And I was like, I don't think I'll find it. Maybe it was on TikTok. But yeah, someone literally messaged me that, and I was just laughing. I was like, hey, the world will never know, buddy. The world will never know. But no, I just think I'm funny. Anyways, the I'm Good Bro movie. So it this one picture, this one meme ruined the reputation, but almost did the opposite effect where it became almost like a Morbius or a Minecraft 2 where this started becoming a meme movie where since so many people were memeing and joking about it, it actually got attention and people were like, all right, I'll watch the meme movie and see how dumb and bad it is. And so I was like, you know what? I kind of want to see it too. I miss sometimes a dumb comedy. Movie's actually good. Movie's actually good. And I'll tell you what, first 10 minutes, I was like, this is going to be so stupid. And I'll also tell you, my lady didn't like it. She was the one that wanted to see it more because I think, what's his name? Gabe Mazzarazzo, Stranger Things kid, Dustin. Totally butchered his name there. But anyway, she was like, yeah, let's see it for him. And she did not get into it at all. But I definitely enjoyed it. Now, the first 10 minutes, I literally was like, I don't think I'm going to like this. This feels so dumb. Like, the first 10 minutes are literally people sitting on faces and getting farted on. And I'm like, this is the kind of humor I'm not set for this. We pushed through that, and it's actually a really fun comedy. This is a modern day Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. This is the Harold and Kumar for a new generation, and that's the best way to describe it. It's about two guys who I really like. The other guy, because he was in the show I used to watch, the Goldbergs. What was his name? Sean Gambro. Okay, I'm gonna say something, and I mean this with love, but it's true. These two guys, if they got together and made a baby, it would be Scott the Woz. And again, that's not a diss to Scott. He's a S tier YouTuber who I like a lot. But I've been watching them, and I'm like, they are like, if you took Scott the Woz and split their personality. This guy's voice is exactly Scott the Woz's, and then the glasses from him. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, so the movie's about they do drugs, and they actually do a clever thing with the drug. So the drug is this unknown drug that they find in their college room, and there's like 5 or 7 levels to it. And each level actually creates a really great funny situation for them to do. It is one of those movies not where you have to be high to enjoy it, although I'm sure there's a different enjoyment level if you are, but it is one of those movies where you have to suspend your disbelief and not think too logically, because there are a couple of things that happen that I'm like, okay, this actually doesn't make that much sense, or what's actually going on. Like there's like one of the first levels in this high is like whenever they say a curse word, their heads explode. So they restart almost Groundhog Day style. But it does make you think, well, this is what they're seeing and feeling with their high. What is the people who are not high actually seeing? Because they're looking like they're playing along with their Groundhog Day thing. So you're like, wait, what's actually happening to them? It doesn't make sense. You just kind of have to ignore that and power through. And I think the movie is very enjoyable. It's actually pretty funny. It's got a lot of clever humor. There's this one fourth wall breaking joke towards the end that I actually thought was really funny. So to me, it's actually a recommend. If I get 8 out of 10. I thought it was pretty funny. Modern day Harold and Kumar movie. If you're on the ropes with it, I think it's worth watching. It had me laughing out loud. And so if you are into like those stoner comedies with like Harold and Kumar, Dude, Where's My Car? That one Dave Chappelle one that I can't think of its name right now. It fits in there. It was enjoyable. This girl had a bag of poop. And it was funny. So, yeah. Pizza is the whole point. Because there is a downside. The reason they're tripping so hard, which they explain early on, so it's not a spoiler. But the reason it's called the pizza movie and all that is because the drug, the final phase, is something that could like put you into the mental asylum if you don't eat food. If you take the drug with an empty stomach, you will basically fry your brain. So the whole movie is them trying to get to a pizza to eat it before the drug gets to the final level and fries them. And it's fun. I actually really liked it. So it's good, bro. Not I'm good, it's good. I still can't believe so much. I like dick, bro. That's so funny to me. Who just thought of that? Someone just thought, and I fell for it. That was hilarious. All right, let's see here. Oh, where did I lost my spot. Okay, Pizza Removed did it. Okay. New look at Sunrise on the Reaping. Yeah, I saw that. I'm very excited for Sunrise on the Reaping. That movie looks good. I like the direction they're headed in. I would not mind if that's just the Hunger movies they make from now on. Just random stories from previous Hunger Games, different main characters. Would definitely love it. Can you sing I'm a Goofy Goober from SpongeBob? I don't think I'm a Goofy Goober. Rock. Put your pen away. What I gotta say, I gotta say no way. Hey, no, freaking way. That's all I know. I don't know the lyrics to that one all that much. I'll add it to my shower rotation. 3C is McLovin. Love you, dude. Great news this week. Thank you. Hey, Chris, it's my birthday. I won't be able to watch it live, but I just want to say thanks for everything you do. Much love. Well, here you go, buddy. Deadpool can explain the new MCU with his meta jokiness. Yeah, he could. I wouldn't mind that. That'd be funny. What do you want Tom's symbiote suit to look like the comic Spider-Man or PS5? My main wish, I don't want the concept art photo, the one that's out there, which could be what they use. Tom Holland black suit. We've seen it. If they do it, fine. It's not the worst design. It's definitely very reminiscent to the Tom Hardy one. I wouldn't hate it, but I would more like it to be like the what's it 90s black suit Spider-Man. I want it to be more like this one, but to like when the light hits it, to have these shades of blue and red. I would love if they can figure that out. I don't think that'd be that crazy. You know, they kind of do it a little bit in the I think this is more shading and whatnot, but if they can have it to where when light hits it, it glows a little red or blue on it and shading, I think that could come off looking pretty cool in live action. So something like that, I think would be nice. The scene with Homelander and Mother's Milk was so good. I agree. I agree. Heard PETA is after you. Oh, dude, for that bird I killed? I mean, that died. Where do you think White Tiger will be go after DD? Um, I think it's just one of those people that'll tag along in the street journey. I don't know if they'll give her a Disney Plus show. If they do, it's gonna be one of those shows I'm not that interested in, but it could turn out like a Wonder Man where I wasn't interested and Wonder Man blew me away. Um, but I mean, it just feels like she'll just be a supporting character in the Daredevil world. I really don't know if there's like a big journey for that character, at least in my opinion. Have you been hit on by a fan, like past or now? That was another message I got. It's mainly guys, almost never women. 99% of the time, it is dudes, probably because of the jokes I make. But yesterday, I did get a message from a lady fan that was like, "Hey, you're cute." And I was like, I don't know. You could be a bot, but what's cute about me?" No, I didn't respond to it, of course. But yeah, but never in real life. Never in real life. Everyone's nice, and I wouldn't want to be hit on in real life, unless they're just joking around. But yeah, hey, who wouldn't want this irresistible piece of pie? When you think we hear news about the next Ape film, dude, I hope soon. Maybe they're waiting on I forget the director's name, but whoever's doing the Maze Runner, not the Maze Runner, but he did the Maze Runner movies, and he's doing the Legend of Zelda live action movie. He did the last Planet of the Apes film. Maybe they want to continue with him, so they're just letting him finish Zelda, and then maybe they'll jump onto that. But I really hope um, they do more. West Ball, thank you. Thank you, Lance Palmero. Yeah, I really hope they do more because I like that Planet of the Apes movie, and I would like that journey to continue. Chris, are you familiar with Exit 8? Yeah, I heard about it. A Japanese mystery psychology horror game that turned into a movie. Its U.S. release today. I know, and I wanted to see it this weekend. Nearest theater is an hour away. Unfortunately, I'm not able to really make that drive to go, but it is one I want to see because it's like people are interested in it because it's backroom-esque, it's liminal spaces, getting lost. I've heard good things about it, so I do want to check it out. I just hate that it's only like a few theaters playing it around me. I'm surprised no one seems to hate Mortal Kombat. It has all the same flaws as Mario and FNAF. Also, remember the super chat about movies that feel connected. People do hate Mortal Kombat. I mean, some people like it, but that Mortal Kombat movie, where the old ones or the new ones, they do hate it. What is the Rotten Tomato on that? It's not that good. Okay, the audience is more forgiving, 85, but it was not well loved, and a lot of people did trash it. And they didn't like the Cole Young angle. I think a lot of stuff you're seeing people complain about with Mario and FNAF, they did with Mortal Kombat. But I'm still interested in this new one. Also remember my super chat about that feeling connected. My answer's Final Destination and Late. Oh, okay. I like that. The movies that don't feel connected but are. Interesting. Out of curiosity, have you seen Ride Along? If so, did you hear they're making a third one? Yeah, I talked about that. I like the first Ride Along. Not a fan of the second one, but I do want to see that third one because I like Kevin Hart and Ice Cube together. I think they have funny chemistry. Just got home in time to see you. My 7-year-old son Miles had a baseball game tonight. He scored 3 times. Oh, that's awesome. And won 21-2. If you could tell him, great job, Miles. Love you, bro. Also, what do you think of the new season of The Boys? Yeah, we talked about The Boys, but Miles, great job. Keep hitting those home runs and those bats, man. Have at it. I was never good. That was an embarrassing moment. We had like a field day in high school. You could go up and bat. I did, and I kid you not, it was so embarrassing. I did the thing where I swung so hard, I missed, and I did do a full 380 like a cartoon character, and it was embarrassing. It's one of those moments that I like when I'm in bed and I think about it, I cringe. I'm like, oh, because there's a bunch of my high school friends watching me, even the popular kids. It was embarrassing, but I thought I hit that thing, and I did not. I did not. But the new season of The Boys is great. I like the first 2 episodes started off great. I like what they're leading into. I'm intrigued, and I hope they successfully end this season well, because it's the finale. Did you see the Kirk cameo in The Boys? I did see people mention they thought that was Kirk, Charlie Kirk. It could be nowadays. Dude, the way those Charlie Kirk memes have ruined my perception of everything. I'm going to show you something. And tell me, I had like a moment. Texas Frightmare, which you know is like the horror con in Texas that I would go to. They announced some of their lineup, right? And I saw a photo that I swore was a Charlie Kirk meme. Let me see if I can go to the lineup here. Where is the I have to show you. I have to show you guests. All right, here we go. Bro, tell me that would not make you do a double take. I was scrolling through Instagram because that's where they announced it, and I thought this was one. The way they have put that man's face on everybody, I thought that was another one. Am I wrong? I see it. I see it. It's crazy. But that's Rowan Campbell. That's I forget his character name in Halloween Ends. Was it Cody or something? But dude, I saw that and I was like, bro, that's him. All right. Yo, Poppy, Chris, are you gonna play the new Invincible game? It's out right now, the demo. I'll check it out. I like a good fighting game. I prefer more open world fighting, kind of like Sparking Zero. Not too much. I'm not so much of a fan of like the 2-on-2 Mortal Kombat style. It is good and it's enjoyable. I like open world fighting, and there's not enough of those games. And Invincible would have been perfect for an open world fighting game. Any updates on FNAF 3 and who would voice Waluigi in the third movie? Robert De Niro, Mark Wahlberg, Colin Farrell. Wow. Sacha Baron Cohen, I think, would probably be funny. Let's do Sacha Baron Cohen. FNAF 3, none right now, but maybe it's CinemaCon. They'll announce that they will film the movie probably at the end of this year, because it's definitely happening. Definitely happening. Hey, Chris, did you get a chance to look more into Hoagie from last week? If not, it's cool. Just curious, and happy 10-year anniversary. Many more movies. What was a Hoagie again? Sorry, it's not ringing a bell. Hoagie movie. Oh, I mean, as a gag, I don't think I'm actually gonna watch this thing though. A mystery egg hey man, if it's worth it, I'll try. But I don't know. The little stuff I saw, it looked like. Sometimes I see enough $50 slop. That's my face. I'll think about it. Oh, I like the profile pic. Me as Pennywise. Have you watched Dracula Love Tale movie? Well, I don't think I have seen Dracula Love Tale. Sorry, that was your super chat and I ignored that part, didn't I? Dracula Love Tale. I have not seen this. Is it good? It's got 53 on Rotten Tomatoes. Christoph Waltz in it. Hey, I'm Dracula and I got a love story to tell you. Hey friends, and I love your videos. Been watching for years. Also, wanted your thoughts if you'd like to see maybe a modern day. Oh, I've thought about that, man. I love Truman Show so much, and it's just that is one. I'm not much of that guy where I'll like, no movie, keep it itself single. I rarely will do that for any movies. I think Truman Show is one of those movies where I'm like, it was good, one and done. Unless you tell a new story not involving Jim Carrey's character Truman, or maybe just allude to it. But there is an itch in my mind where I'm like, now's the best time than ever, because you think about the Truman Show, where it was somebody who had this life catered to them and was being watched at all times, and that was the biggest show in the world for them, and they were orchestrating his world, and obviously he's traumatizing and effed up. It's such a great movie. But now you fast forward to modern times, where you have IRL streamers that are some of the biggest content creators, whether they're like a Speed or people like that, and they showcase all angles of their life, everything. They have people where they buy mansions and just put cameras everywhere just to show you. There are people openly giving you the Truman Show. There is a part of me that's like, would that be an interesting movie to try and tackle? Maybe not involving Jim Carrey, because again, I think his story was done and great, and I don't know how you bring him back in to that, but maybe you look at a Truman Show revival where people are volunteering for that to be their lives, where they want to, and then showcase their life like that. What would that be like? I don't know. I think it'd be really hard, but maybe there is something there, because again, a lot of people live the Truman Show life now, and for entertainment. But that movie's so great, so great. All right, that was our final super chat. I want to thank everybody here who stuck around and talked with me. Y'all are amazing people. Y'all are great and wonderful. I'm going to write about this live stream in my Mario Galaxy journal, and I'm going to write who I have a crush on in the chat. Yeah, I didn't tell you. I have a crush on someone in the chat. Right there in the journal. Going to bed and just an unhinged way to write everything. I love you guys. Thank you so much, one and all. CinemaCon next week. Tons of videos coming your way. Stay subscribed. Be good and safe. Adios, my friends.